Welcome to Braves baseball tonight. Mac McGee here for the second part of the doubleheader here, as called the Tampa Bay Rays game earlier today, and the Rays got their way into the playoff picture. First pitch, and we are underway out in Arizona, and it is a called first ball. Jorge Soler is digging in as he is the leadoff hitter tonight here for Atlanta. 1-0 pitch outside. Thank you for joining us tonight. We will be here for the entirety of the game, so we hope you enjoy it. And go Braves. As 2-0 pitch, Kelly gets the sign, and here's the delivery. Jorge Soler hits a 91-mile-an-hour skied it in the sky, but it's going to go way, way foul, and 2-1 is now the count. Atlanta Braves sit 3 games in front of Philadelphia right now. Philadelphia is in front of the Orioles 3-2. We will keep you abreast of what's going on in that game. And we will also keep you ahead on what's going on in the rest of the world of baseball. 2-1 pitch, and it looks like that is low for ball 3. So 3-1 to get it started out here as we get it going here in the first inning out west in the desert. Braves versus Diamondbacks. 3-1 pitch. Merrill Kelly walks the first batter. Jorge Soler will take his base and on 5 pitches grabs a walk, and quickly that will bring Freddie Freeman to the plate with the runner on base. Atlanta 3 games in front of Philadelphia, like I was saying, and Philly just took a 3-2 lead. We're going to check in on that at the break as Freddie Freeman digs in. Kelly's got the sign, looks Soler back to first. And here's the pitch. Fastball down the heart of the plate. Freddie Freeman can't catch up to it and fouls it back behind the seats. Atlanta Braves looking to try to get a little closer to pay dirt on winning the division. Magic number is now down to 10 games. The Arizona infield is in a severe shift, and there's a fastball. It's crushed high and deep, and it is off the wall. Around goes Soler. He's digging for 3, and Freddie Freeman will have a stand-up double. Jorge Soler and Freddie Freeman stand on second and third with nobody out to start the inning. This game starting off with a bang. Thank you for joining us here on Braves baseball. We will be here again tomorrow afternoon at 3:40 first pitch. Braves versus Diamondbacks to put an end to this series. Braves have won the first 2 of this series, and if they can get this win today, I said this last night, Atlanta really is looking for a sweep or at least 3 out of 4 in this series. They can't afford to split. So these next 2 days, they got to get at least one. Of course, Ian Anderson is on the hill tonight for Atlanta. So you like your chances there as Merrill Kelly's already put 2 runners on. So we'll see if Ozzie Albies, who's been dropped to the 3rd spot, if he can be a little more patient, which has caused him to go into a little bit of a slump. First pitch taken low and ball number 1. And so far, so good for the Atlanta second baseman. Atlanta, a little bit of scoreboard watching this time of year as looking what the Mets and the Phillies are doing. And I'll get you caught up here in that. It's ball 2, outside part of the plate, kind of a slow changeup and well outside the plate. Really easy to stay off of that one. If you didn't catch the Boston, New York game tonight, did you see those jerseys? Wow. The big bumblebee jerseys for the Boston Red Sox. They lead the Mets 11-2. Mets are pretty much left for dead in the NL East. The count is 2-0. Merrill Kelly has stepped off a couple of times, so you haven't missed a pitch. We're just waiting for some action, and here comes the delivery. Fastball inside. Ozzie swings and fouls it back to the backstop, and the count is 2-1. Second and third, nobody out, top of the first inning. Phillies now lead 4-2 in the bottom of the eighth inning, as Phillies sent Zach Wheeler to the mound versus Aiken. Little surprising it was as close as it was. Here comes the 2-1 count on the outside part of the plate, about 6 inches outside the zone, and it's 3-1. Merrill Kelly's working himself into trouble with the leading off the game with a walk to Soler, and then Freddie Freeman roasted a pitch over the center fielder's head to set it up for second and third, and that's got Riley licking his chops on deck. Atlanta trying to strike first. And the 3-1 pitch, time called by the catcher. So we'll reset here. No score, top of the first inning if you're just joining us. Atlanta Braves baseball here. And we get set. He's got the sign. Here's the delivery. And the pitch is fouled back. Looked to be a changeup that just got under Ozzy's bat, and he fouls it backwards. So we're going to set this up. It's a 3-2 count now. Nobody out. Runners on second and third. With any kind of decent contact on the ground, a runner should score, as Arizona is playing the infield defense back. 3-2 count. Kelly stares inside. Varsho's catching tonight. Here's the pitch. Fastball on the outside part of the plate, fouled back, 93 miles an hour. And we'll do it again. Looking for the payoff pitch is Atlanta trying to strike first here in the top of the first inning out in the desert. Chris Sale pitched tonight for Boston. They lead 11-2, cruising against the Mets, who not showing much of any kind of life. I think they're just kind of running out the clock and waiting for the season to be over with. Here comes the 3-2 pitch, and Ozzy fights it off again. Change up just under his bat, almost a replay from a couple of pitches ago. So he's working outside with the fastball, down with the changeup is what the cat and mouse game has been. See if he might go back inside one more time on the third pitch of the at bat. It was a four-seam fastball that he went inside and caught Ozzy off guard, but everything else has been away, and it's been back and forth. Changeup, curveball, fastball, changeup, curveball, fastball. 3-2 pitch, second and third, nobody out. Here's the delivery, and Ozzy, 93 miles an hour, hits it deep, hits it long, all the way back to the warning track. It's corralled, but Jorge Soler will score, and it's 1-0 Atlanta Braves. Freddie Freeman does not advance, as the throw was thrown directly to third base. So Atlanta leads 1-0. Freddie is still at second, and that will bring Austin Riley to the plate. Austin Riley hitting 330 home runs, 94 RBI. And he hit a mammoth shot last night. If you weren't here with us, it was an absolute moonmaker. 30 home runs on the year. We'll see if he can get another one out there, as first pitch inside, 92 miles an hour, and fouls it off his fists, and it's quickly 0-1. Austin Riley, Freddie Freeman, they both should finish in the top 5 in the MVP voting. Both having stellar years. You wonder if they're going to steal votes away from each other, and that's how a Tatis or a Harper is going to sneak in. Here's the pitch, and it's roasted to third base, knocked down by the third baseman. A bouncing throw. It dribbles over to first base. Riley's going to beat it on the throw. Riley's safe. Freddie goes all the way from second to third. We've got runners on the corners, 1 out. Arizona does want to look at the replay before they decide whether or not to challenge. It's an absolute scalder to the third baseman, Van Meter, and he tried to throw off his back foot, and it bounced, I'd say 3 or 4 times, hit Walker's glove, but it looked like it hit his glove just as Riley was crossing the base. So I believe he is safe. It doesn't look like we're going to get a challenge, but that remains to be seen. As yes, we will not get a challenge. So first and third, one out. Adam Duvall steps in, 37 home runs, 107 RBI on the year. With that kind of stat line, you'd think he'd be in line for the MVP, but he was with Miami most of the year. Fastball hit high, hit deep, crush to left center, and it is gone. Just over the wall, or everyone's stopping. We can't figure out. Adam Duvall is stuck in between second and third base. They're pointing. Did he catch the ball? This is one of the strangest plays I've seen. It looks like that they're waving around now. It looked like it left, but the umpire called in and out, and it looks like it did leave the field of play. And if so, we've got a 4-0 game, and Adam Duvall did hit a home run. The umpire was the one that was confused. It did look from the play, from the naked play, that it was a home run. It went over the wall past the outfielder's glove. The fans were fighting over it, but your umpire out there at second base, he missaw it. He thought the ball was corralled back in. Freddie Freeman and Riley had already started to run around, and here comes the replay. It just gets over past the glove. It looks like it hits the glove of the outfielder, but when it hits the glove, it goes backwards and into the stands, which obviously is a home run. In fact, the ball would not have gone over the wall had the outfielder, not McCarthy, had not touched it. The ball would have fallen just short. But when he made contact with it, kind of like the old Jose Canseco play where the ball bopped him on the head and went over the wall. Well, this is very similar as far as the rule goes, but this ball hits his glove, bounces over the wall. It was such a bang play, and there were fans fighting for it. You couldn't really see it. The camera angle was pretty difficult, as it's big, deep ballpark there in Arizona. But when the dust clears and it's all settled, what we have is Braves 4, Arizona nothing on a 3-run bomb by Adam Duvall, his 38th of the year. What an incredible home run that was. Here comes the first pitch inside, almost hits Rosario. It's looked like a changeup. Misses Rosario's shoelaces, definitely wasn't throwing at him. And 1-0 is the count. If you're just joining us, Braves 4-0, 1 out, top of the first inning. It's already starting with fireworks. Fastball in the dirt. It bounces about a 56-foot fastball, and quickly it's 2-0. Atlanta may not be done here in the first inning. Rosario batting 6th in the order. He's now essentially leadoff at this point. He's got a 3-0 count as that pitch misses outside. And the Hotlanta Braves continue to play well out west. Hopefully this carries over into San Diego this weekend, as that is not going to be an easy task whatsoever. Here's the pitch outside, 4-pitch walk. You wonder how much longer Kelly's going to be left in the game. Now, if it's anything like last night, Arizona left Weaver out there to kind of hang out on the vine, as he gave up 5 runs. He finally got straightened out later in the game and ate up some innings, but he kept waiting for Arizona to pull him. And instead, and for some reason, the Arizona scoreboard is still showing as it being 2 outs. I don't quite understand what is going on here. They're saying it's 2 outs, 3-0. It doesn't seem right. if Freeman scored and Riley, the only thing I can think of, and they're not showing the replay on it as they're making the adjustment, is that there's a possibility that Duvall and Riley passed each other on the base paths. And if that's the case, they may have called them out. We'll try to get that straightened out here. But nonetheless, it's 3-0 Atlanta, and a check swing, an excuse me swing, is going to get Dansby dead to rights, and that is what it is. It's a 3-0 lead for Atlanta. We'll get all this sorted out here at the break. You're listening to Braves Baseball.
Kiss my ass.
ACC football covered like no other here on the Armchair Quarterback.
Against the blitz, touchdown, Florida State. Rock Preston scores the touchdown, and now it's Bowden's decision, and he sends Mowry onto the field right away. Danny Cannell is the holder. Mowry. This game is over. A 31-31 tie. A 31-31 tie. A deep throw by Lawrence, a lot of contact. Justin Ross broke free from it. He's down in the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson. Justin Ross, a freshman wide receiver, big, rangy, and Trevor Lawrence knows. Throw it up against that single coverage. Give him a chance to make a play on a 50-50 ball.
If you're a fan of the ACC, pull up an armchair. You're home. Weekends in the fall just got a hell of a lot better. Saturday mornings, it's Dixie Football Nation. We talk SEC, ACC, the Big Ten, and more. It's the only true Southern football kickoff show. You don't want to miss it. Saturdays, the Armchair Quarterbacks have got you covered all football season long.
There are no flags on the field. It's a miracle.
Mr. Rippemoff,
Yes, Dorothy.
a reporter and crew from News Center 7 Wastebusters are here to see you, sir.
News Center 7.
Wastebusters, they expose mind-boggling waste of taxpayers' money right here in the Miami Valley.
What do they want with me?
They said you sold the government a ballpoint pen, sir,
So?
for $1,000,
Well, it came with refills.
and a jar of paper clips for $2,000.
They were multicolored paper clips.
Uh-huh.
Red ones, blue ones.
What should I tell the Wastebusters, sir?
Do they have lights and cameras?
And the ballpoint pen, sir.
Tell them I went out my window, down the fire escape, and then booked down the street screaming like a madman.
I don't think they'll believe that, sir. Mr. Rippemoff?
Okay, we are back. And there was some confusion. I was even looking on Twitter to get some kind of explanation. And I was right in the first place. If you watch the replay, Riley and Duvall, they cross over each other. So I'm going to get the official scoring, but that's why there was an extra out that shouldn't have been. Mainly because it was a terrible call by the umpire. Okay. And Duvall should have waited. He shouldn't have passed Riley. But at the same token, Riley running backwards should not have crossed Duvall. When you have a situation like that and you're the batter, you got to make sure you stay behind the runner at first. Well, he's under the impression, because he's watching the home run, that the ball is gone. Instead, what happens is he's looking up in the sky and Riley runs past him. And so that's why there's an extra out. I'll find out if they gave it a home run or if it ends up being usually when that happens, they blame the batter. So we'll get that explanation here in 1 second. Ian Anderson digs in, and we've now got a 2-2 count here as Rojas leads off. 268 average. What a crazy beginning to this game. If you're just joining us, Atlanta started off with the inside pitch 2-2 and called strike. Ian Anderson strikes out the first batter, and Rojas is ready to roll. Atlanta leads here 3-0. Bottom of the first, crazy first inning as one away. Still trying to get that straightened out, and I'll get the scorecard up here in a second. And as we're Atlanta 3, Arizona nothing. There's a lot of craziness going on, trying to get caught back up to speed. 2-0 pitch into Marte, and Marte hitting 328 on the year as we're getting you caught back up. By the way, Philadelphia up 4-2. Anderson, high pitch outside. Hit well into the stands, but it's going to be foul off to the left field side. 2-1 count as Ketel Marte hitting 328 on the year. One of those trade pieces that could be involved in the offseason for Arizona. He steps out of the box and Ian Anderson resets, and everyone's resetting. Looks like Contreras is checking his watch and the ump is scratching things. And here we go. 2-1 pitch is inside for ball 3, 94 miles an hour. And away we go here. Thanks for tuning in to Braves Baseball, second part of a doubleheader here on the network that I've done today. And fastball in the dirt. Ian Anderson walks Marte, and Marte, for whatever reason, is running to first, but that wasn't necessary. It was a 5-pitch walk. And you got to figure Ian Anderson's got to love the 3-run beginning to the game, but because of the confusion, assuming that it was a 4-run game, you got to wonder, there's some things, there's a sail or wind taken out of their sail. If you're just joining us, Duvall, they're calling Riley out and they are giving Duvall the credit for the home run. So just to clear up that whole thing, Riley was on first. Freddie was on third. Duvall hits a 3-run bomb. It goes over the fence after it hits one of the outfielder's gloves. So it is technically a home run. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Varsho as we get you caught up on all the craziness in the first inning. And fastball outside part of the plate. He fights it off foul, and it's quickly 0-2. So you got the guys on first and third. Ball's hit. It bounces off the outfielder's glove, goes over the fence. Riley, who was running to second around second, comes back trying to tag up to third because he thinks the outfielder has it in his glove. Duvall saw it go over the fence, and as he's pointing to the umpire who had called it out, Riley runs past him. So Riley, it was a bad base running by Riley, but also by Duvall because neither one were paying attention to what was really going on. 0-2 pitch in the dirt, and now a 1-2 as the Braves lead 3-0 on a crazy beginning to the game. Just when you think you've seen it all, you see a little more here in baseball. Next pitch is low and away, and we've got a 2-2 count. Ian Anderson up against Rojas. Rojas coming up on deck. We've got Varsho, which he showed a lot of speed last night. He's behind the plate tonight. Tells you what kind of talent this kid has. He's in the outfield last night, and fastball's banged foul, and we'll do it again. 2-2 count to Varsho with Ketel on second. Ian Anderson spotted a 3-0 lead as the Braves bats come out hot to begin the game. Atlanta, a little bit of scoreboard watching. The Phillies have a 4-2 lead in the top of the eighth. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Strike 3, swing and a miss, and Varsho is set down on strikes. Rojas was the first out of the inning. Marte at a 5-pitch walk, and now a strikeout to Varsho as Ian Anderson 16 pitches into the inning. Here comes Cole Calhoun and his 236 batting average. Has not played the whole season, has just 4 home runs, but we know what kind of lightning he has in his bat. There's a reason why Cole Calhoun is playing cleanup. Here's the pitch. Fastball roped down the line, and it is going to rattle around in the corner. It is fair. Marte's going to round third. He is heading home. He'll score on a stand-up double by Cole Calhoun, and the game is 3-1. Arizona back in it after giving up 3 runs in the top of the first. It was a fastball on the outside part of the plate, and Cole Calhoun basically just cued it where they weren't. They were playing him to pull, shot it down the third base line. No one was there. The outfield was playing on a pull. So had a long, long way to go for Rosario to corral that ball. Cole Calhoun stands on second, 2 away with David Peralta stepping it into the plate. Very left-handed heavy hitting lineup here tonight for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Same thing they had last night. Last night, it backfired. Here's the first pitch outside, and it begins with 1-0. Last night it backfired because it was a bullpen game. Atlanta started with the right-handed pitcher. They had a bunch of lefties. Then they brought the lefty Drew Smiley in for 3 innings of work, and Atlanta got a nice little cushion. Tonight, Ian Anderson, a traditional starter. We'll see how this works. Here's the pitch. High and inside, 94 miles an hour, just under the elbows of Peralta. And it's quickly 2-0. Your scoreboard update, the Orioles have crossed the plate, and it is 4-3, top of the 8th, as they're trying to rally. Two outs, bottom of the first. And here comes Peralta digging in, looking dead red. We'll see what he's offered. Fastball on the outside part of the plate, took a little bit off. There looked like a 2-seamer, and it is 2-1. Most would believe that is a changeup, but it really has the action more of a 2-seamer, just a little less than what his 4-seam fastball does. Here comes the 2-1 count. Contreras sets up in the middle. Down, slider down, and it's a 3-1 count. Ian Anderson working into trouble once again. Ian Anderson has had issues all year long getting out of the 4th inning, the 5th inning, etc. And if this keeps up, this could be a lot heading in that same direction. Atlanta up 3-1. Bottom of the first inning, 2 away. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Fastball across the plate, 4-seamer, and 94 miles an hour straight down the pipe. Peralta looking for something else, and he took it. Cole Calhoun is trying to get a good lead, so a single would score him. Here comes the payoff pitch, 3-2, and it is banged into the ground. Freddie Freeman's got it. He'll relay it over to Ian Anderson, who steps on the first base bag. We're out of the inning. We'll head to a quick break. Atlanta Braves up 3-1 with William Contreras in the pitcher spot due up next.
Kiss my ass.
ACC football covered like no other here on the Armchair Quarterback.
Against the blitz. Touchdown, Florida State. Rock Preston scores the touchdown. And now it's Bowden's decision. And he sends Mowry onto the field right away. Danny Cannell is the holder. Mowry. This game is over. A 31-31 tie. A 31
And we are back here. First pitch underway at the top of the second inning. Wilson Contreras, he takes it for a called first strike, hitting 204 on the year. William, 7 home runs, 21 RBI, and a 6.72 OPS. Second pitch of the at bat, wide and outside, and it is a 1-1 count. Atlanta leads 3-1. Top of the second inning. And here we go. 1-1 pitch way inside, almost hits Contreras. 91 miles an hour. And Kelly working into trouble once again. Atlanta scoreboard watching as the Orioles got to run closer. It's 4-3 now. Here comes the pitch. It's now a 3-1 count. Atlanta trying to hang in there and win the AL East with a 3-run lead. Remember, the Phillies had a big rally last night and won. It's now going to the bottom of the 8th. The Phillies are now the ones with the 4-3 lead. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Roasted down the third base line. It is hopped over the third baseman. He could not quite hold on to it. An absolute scorcher. It dribbles into very shallow left field. Shortstop corrals it, and William Contreras is standing on first base with nobody out. Great hit. And the thing was, it goes into the glove of the third baseman. It'll be interesting to see if they give this a single or an error. It did get it in his glove, and I think he would tell you that he probably should have had it. We'll see how they score it here in a second. But the ball came off the bat at 102 miles an hour. So you got to figure that in as well. Looks like they did not give it an error. Looks like they did give it a hit. And so he is on first base. Ian Anderson takes the first pitch for a called strike as he squared up to bunt. The ball was a little outside his comfort zone. So Arizona playing for the bunt. Contreras, the catcher, trying to get a good lead. That throws back to first base. He dives, and he is safe. Kelly, 0-1 count. And away we go here. Ian Anderson trying to get this bunt down to move Contreras over to second for the top of the order. Here's the pitch. He offers at it. Looks like he made contact, but could not keep it out of the catcher's mitt. So we've got an 0-2 count now. Be interesting to see if they still keep him. I would think as bad of a batter as Ian Anderson is, I believe you set him up for another sacrifice bunt. And if he strikes out, he strikes out. Here's the 0-2 pitch. It's on the way, and he's going to bunt foul it. And that's the old saying where for years they've said in the National League, we need the pitcher to strike out to keep the rally going. So there you have first out of the inning, top of the second. Atlanta leads 3-1 to the home run by Adam Duvall. That should have been a 3-run shot if you're just joining us. Austin Riley ran backwards, thought the ball was caught. Long story short, he's called out. A 3-run home run is now a 2-run home run. And Jorge Soler roast one up the center. It had a tailor-made double play, hit the ball absolutely on the screws, but right into the teeth of the defense. And just like that, Ian Anderson doesn't even get a chance to get his batting gloves off, and he's got to go race out there to the mound. We're going to break. The Braves lead at 3-1, heading to the bottom of the second.
So imagine how much I'm actually making to play. You know what I'm saying? No, I got to get my money. I'm not playing unless I get mine. It's not worth it. It's not.
For the first time in 39 years, the Boston Bruins have won the Stanley Cup.
The zone.
We are back here for Braves baseball. They're showing the replay right now of the goofy. The best way to describe it is, and Freddie knew, Freddie puts his hands on his head as he's crossing home plate. Adam Duvall hit the ball. He saw it go over the wall. He's jogging. They're not paying attention to each other. Riley and Duvall pass each other on the base paths. And at this point, Riley realized he is screwed up. That's when the second base umpire called him out. But he was the one that screwed it up in the first place for calling that an out, which it wasn't an out. It went over the wall. So the whole thing's a fiasco. Hopefully this doesn't come back to haunt the Braves. And sure, it is still weighing on the minds of Duvall and Riley as we get set for the second inning. First pitch strike, and Christian Walker is your batter. Here's the 0-1 pitch, 94 on the outside, fouled back, and 0-2 is the count as it's got to be a very embarrassing play for not just Duvall and Riley, but also the umpire involved, because he's going to hear it. You can better believe from the league office. Here's the pitch, and Walker, batting .236, takes the pitch, and is now a 1-2 count. St. Louis all over Milwaukee tonight. Break up the Cardinals. Fastball in the dirt, and Anderson is at a 2-2 count now with Christian Walker, the sixth hitter in the lineup. Christian Walker, if he gets on Van Meter, McCarthy, and then the pitcher spot is what's due up this inning. 2-2 pitch. Terrible pitch in the dirt, 89 miles an hour. Looks like it was a really hard changeup and skipped across the plate. He's done that a few times already tonight. So we've got a full count. Here comes the payoff pitch. Ian Anderson struggling with his control once again, and fastball roped into right field. There's a single to start it off for the Diamondbacks. 3-1 Atlanta, bottom of the second, no outs. That'll bring up Van Meter, who is hitting .208 with 5 home runs. That ball was absolutely scalded. He was sitting dead red on the outside fastball pitch. About the only pitch that he's been able to get over on the plate here early on. Already giving up 1 run. He's in an early hole here in the bottom of the second inning. First pitch in the dirt once again. Ian Anderson does not have it like he did last year. Ian Anderson has struggled quite a bit this year. You keep hoping he's going to turn it around, but at some point, if Atlanta does make the playoffs, you're going to have to ask yourself, is he in the rotation? Here's the 3-1 pitch, and I'm sorry, the 1-0 pitch. 3-1 is your score. Swung on and miss. Van Meter, 1-1 is now the count. But you've got to ask yourself, is he going to be in the rotation? You got to figure it's Charlie Morton, then Max Fried, and that number 3 guy in a 5-game series. Depending on how this finishes down the stretch, it very well could be Huascar Ynoa. 1-1 pitch, low and inside, 95 miles an hour fastball, and we've got a 2-1 count. Braves lead the East by 3, but Philly is up right now 4-3. We're going to the top of the 9th in that one. We'll keep you abreast of what's going on. They just began the inning, so I'll let you know what's going on in that one. Is Atlanta 2-1 is the count. Fastball outside, 3-1. Ian Anderson's digging himself a larger and larger hole, not being able to find the strike zone early. Of course, Philly has struggled to close games out. They made the trade for Ian Kennedy. He's been okay, but he's not what you want as a closer, and Atlanta Braves fans know that feeling. Here's the 3-1 pitch to Van Meter, runner on first, nobody out, and he bangs it into the ground. Ozzie gets the ball. He fires it to second. Dansby throws it down to first, and by a hair of a half step, we've got a double play turned, 2 outs, bottom of the second, and what a breath of fresh air that's going to be able to reset this inning with McCarthy coming up to the bat. Now, McCarthy is the kid who was in the outfield, who's the ball hit his glove and then went over the wall, resulting in a home run. But what should have been a 3-run homer was a 2-run homer that took place in the first inning. McCarthy lefty versus righty match with Ian Anderson. First pitch, changeup, way off the plate, and we started off at 1-0. Here comes a curveball slapped into play to Freddie Freeman. Freddie Freeman shovels it to Ian Anderson, who steps on the bag just in front of McCarthy. And just like that, the Braves are out of the inning. We head to the break. Freddie, Ozzie, and Austin Riley, the heart of the lineup, is due up.
Armchair Quarterbacks on YouTube Live. SEC, ACC, and Big Ten coverage like no other. Subscribe and like us today. Your first choice for sports talk live from the First Coast.
Being number 2, being number 4.
Sweep the leg. You have a problem with that? No mercy. No mercy.
You're listening to CBS Sports Radio. We are all sports 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Strong opinions and your phone calls. Expect it here. CBS Sports Radio.
Saturday mornings, 8:30 Eastern. Dixie Football Nation is back and better than ever. We've got Tony Agolini, Matt Carr, Tones Areola, Bobby and Angelo, along with Mac McGee this fall. Dixie Football Nation heads to the gridiron, talking ACC, SEC, the Big Ten, and all the big games throughout the college football land. That's Dixie Football Nation, 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central, Saturday mornings on the Armchair Quarterback Show's YouTube channel, going live, or catch the instant replay. And we are back here live. Atlanta leads 3-1. Freddie Freeman's going to lead this off today in the top of the third inning. And Freddie Freeman, 18-game on-base streak, hitting 352 in that clip. And he goes to dig in, and there's a bit of a delay. It looks like there's ball or something that has gotten out on the field, so we're going to have a bit of a delay to get the top of the third inning started. And we reset. Kelly gets the sign, and here is the delivery, and away we go. Change up low and inside, and taken for a strike as Freddie hitting 302 on the year. Could be a MVP candidate if things fall right this last week and a half. 0-1 pitch on the outside part of the plate. That should be, and it is, ball 1. 1-1 is the count. Braves are battling for the NL East. There's 2 outs in Philadelphia. The Orioles are down to their last out, trying to come back on the Phillies. Here's the pitch outside, and we got 2-1 as we now set up for a 2-1 pitch. Kelly gets a sign. Here's the stretch and the delivery. Fastball on the outside part of the plate. Freddie gives it a ride. It is going to land, but just foul. Diving attempt by the left fielder of Arizona. missed it by about, we'll say, 2 feet as Peralta tried to give it a go, but just did not have enough wheels to get over there in time. So we'll reset here. It's going to be 2-2. Freddie trying to get on base to get something going here in the top of the 3rd inning. Atlanta leads 3-1. Your Atlanta Braves, 3 runs in the top of the 1st inning. Here's the 2-2 pitch, the delivery. He fires it on the outside part of the plate, a little high, and we were going to have a 3-2 full count. Ozzie Albies on deck. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and Freddie fights it off, fights it foul, 88 miles an hour on the changeup. Almost fooled him, but he got just enough on the bat to keep it foul and keep the at bat alive. Would have been in the strike zone as well, low, but it would have been in the strike zone. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Fastball up around the chest, and Freddie was a little behind it. Strikeout, and that'll bring Ozzie Albies to the plate. Ozzie Albies brought down to the 3 spot as Snicker's trying to get things going at the top of the order. Soler has done a good job since he's done that. The one thing I will say is Soler is going to have to learn that when the pitcher gets out, you got to give him a pitch or two to get settled on the bench and not swing at the very first pitch that you come up at. That's one of the things a leadoff hitter has got to learn is you can't swing at the first pitch because you could very well, especially if there's 2 outs in the inning. First pitch is outside 1-0, and the 1-0 delivery coming to Ozzie Albies as catcher sets up inside, misses terribly outside the zone, high and wide, and it is a 2-0 count to Ozzie Albies. Ozzie Albies trying to get on as Austin Riley sits on deck. 2-0 pitch. Ozzie swings at it, fouls it back, 90 miles an hour fastball, and he fouls it back into the crowd. I think he feels like he just missed that one. It was on dead red. He was sitting dead red and has a little bit of a confused look on his face because I think he thought he put a good swing on that. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Catcher sets up outside, and that's where it goes. Ozzie takes it. Oh, a jumping catch by the shortstop. Rojas steals a for sure single, maybe even a double, as that ball could have gotten into the gap. With Ozzie's speed, you never know. Makes a jumping catch, and we are 2 away here in the top of the 3rd. That'll bring Austin Riley to the plate with 2 outs. Nobody on. Riley got a single in the 1st inning. And here's the delivery. A single in the 1st inning, and then there was the embarrassing base running gaff. So we'll let that go. But if you missed it, Riley ran past Duvall and then backtracked. Long story short, a 3-run home run should have turned into a 2-run home run. Kelly misses outside for ball 2. We got a 2-0 count. Braves fans sitting out in the outfield with the big sign that says, hit it here. And here's the pitch. Riley absolutely connects, and he might have hit it there. He hits it into the upper deck of left field. Wow. A solo shot, and the Atlanta Braves lead 4-1. We get that run back that the base running error was caused in the 1st inning. Look at Duvall. He's smiling at Riley as he crosses home plate, and they give a high five. It was an absolute moonshot. His 31st on the year. I don't think Austin Riley's going to want to leave Arizona. A lot of hitters do not want to leave Arizona. Very hitter-friendly park. He hits that in the upper deck in left center. Wait to find out the tail of the tape there, but that was an absolute rainmaker. First pitch to Duvall right down the pipe. 0-1 as he takes it. 449 feet. It looked further than that. Not that that's anything to sneeze about. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and Kelly delivers low and outside. Ball one. Riley this year is 10 for 32 against, I'm sorry, Duvall this year is 10 for 32 against Arizona. So he digs in, set up on the outside, and is wide outside fastball, missed by about 6 to 8 inches. Ball actually gets away from the catcher, and we'll start this again. If you're just joining us, Atlanta leads 4-1 now, top of the third. We will be with you tomorrow. 3:40 first pitch, Atlanta versus Arizona, the final game of this series. 2-1 pitch, down and in, fouled away by Adam Duvall. And Rosario on deck. He hopes to get on a 2-2 count to Duvall. Kelly already up to 50 pitches, and we're just into the third inning. Here's the 51st pitch, and another changeup, banged foul towards the third base dugout. We'll do it again. By the way, the Orioles have mounted a little bit of a rally. It's 4-3. They've got runners on first and second, top of the ninth, and Ryan Mountcastle's coming up trying to break up the party in Philly. 2-2 pitch is on the way. Here's the delivery, and fastball blew it right by Duvall. We're going to head to break. When we come back, Kelly, the pitcher spot is due up, and we'll get you caught up to date on everything else going on in the world of baseball. You're listening to Braves Baseball. Saturday mornings, 8:30 Eastern. Dixie Football Nation is back and better than ever. We've got Tony Agolini, Matt Carr, Tones Areola, Bobby and Angelo, along with Mac McGee this fall. Dixie Football Nation heads to the gridiron, talking ACC, SEC, the Big Ten, and all the big games throughout the college football land. That's Dixie Football Nation, 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central, Saturday mornings on the Armchair Quarterback Show's YouTube channel, going live. Or catch the instant replay. Get your Sunday football morning started off right with the Handicappers on Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube, 10 a.m. Eastern to noon Eastern. Your Sunday morning kickoff show where we tackle your NFL lines out in the desert, a 61.2% win rate over the last 6 years. Against the spread, over, under, money line, you name it. And we dive into the world of fantasy football year long and your DFS payouts. Your only true Southern football kickoff show that talks the spreads in Vegas, your DFS and fantasy, in your year-long quest to win that fantasy football championship. Only on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel. It's the Handicappers on Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube, 10 a.m. Eastern to noon Eastern. Sundays, all NFL season long. Armchair Quarterbacks on YouTube Live, covering the AFC South and NFC South along with the rest of the NFL. Subscribe and like us today. Your first choice for sports talk live from the First Coast. Welcome back here to Braves Baseball as Atlanta leads 4-1 heading to the bottom of the first, and the first pitch on the way. It is a strike and 0-1 count with the pitcher, Merrill Kelly, at the plate. Here's the next pitch, fastball, blew right by him, 0-2, and quickly got an 0-2 count. Ian Anderson working fast here in the beginning of the first inning. He sets up again, blows another fastball up around his eyes. He swings at it, and it's 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and you're out. That'll bring the top of the order back up for Arizona, as Ian Anderson, trying to get in somewhat of a groove, has had kind of a rocky start so far, as they lead 4-1. He's already at 39 pitches, though. Would like to keep that pitch count. We would like to see Ian Anderson get into the 5th or 6th inning for once. Here's the delivery. Off-speed pitch dribbled. It looks like it's dribbled right to Freddie, but I believe they're calling it foul. I think they're saying that it hit the plate. So we'll reset that. First pitch 0-1 as they retrieve and get a new ball. And it's Rojas leading off as the roster flips over with 1 out. Anderson's got the ball. Here we go. 0-1 pitch, low and outside, ball 1. Atlanta up 4-1, bottom of the first, and there's an 87-mile-an-hour fastball, that changeup that Rojas was sitting on. He hits it high, he hits it deep, but doesn't have quite enough as he gets it to the warning track. Duvall steps in front of it, playing center tonight, and he corrals it for out number 2. That'll bring Del Marte up to the plate. We all know how dangerous of a hitter he is. Philly and Baltimore still tied. I'm sorry. It's still at the top of the 9th. Philly has a 1-run lead, and Mountcastle just gave one a ride, but it looks like they're going to get out of it, and Philadelphia is going to get the win. So Atlanta needs to win to catch and stay 3 games in front of Philadelphia. So that final is in. It's 4-3 Philly. First pitch to Marte, and it's 0-1. Here's the next pitch. Misses outside. Fastball high and outside, and we got a 1-1 count heading to Marte. Got the signal, working a little faster, and he throws a changeup in the dirt, but Ketel Marte chases it, and we're 1-2 with 2 outs, bottom of the 3rd inning. You're listening to Braves Baseball. We'll be back here tomorrow afternoon, game 4, 3:40, first pitch. And the 1-2 pitch is on the outside part of the plate, ball 2. Ian Anderson would love a 1-2-3 inning now. He's worked his pitch count up to 46 pitches in the first 3 innings. He'd love to keep a clean inning here to get out of here with minimal pitches through 3. Fastball on the inside part of the plate. He's caught looking. Marte was looking for something low and outside. He got it hot and inside at strike 3, and we go to break. Atlanta will have Eddie Rosario due up when we come back. Braves baseball, they lead 4-1 at the end of 3.
Armchair Quarterbacks on YouTube Live. We're covering all the majors in the world of golf and tennis. Subscribe and like us today. Your first choice for sports talk live from the First Coast.
CBS Sports Radio.
Saturday mornings, 8:30 Eastern. Dixie Football Nation is back and better than ever. We've got Tony Agolini, Matt Carr, Tones Ariola, Bobby and Angelo, along with Mac McGee this fall. Dixie Football Nation heads to the gridiron, talking ACC, SEC, the Big Ten, and all the big games throughout the college football land. That's Dixie Football Nation, 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central, Saturday mornings on the Armchair Quarterback Show's YouTube channel, going live, or catch the instant replay.
World air quality is at an all-time low.
But hey, that doesn't mean you can't have a little fun. New from Mattel, it's the greenhouse gas gun. Do you hate the snowman next door? Use the greenhouse gas gun. Want to piss off an entire room full of tree huggers? Use the greenhouse gas gun. There is simply no end to the amount of fun and respiratory disease you can have with the greenhouse gas gun.
We are back here at Braves baseball. The Braves lead 4-1 at the top of the fourth inning. Eddie Rosario is due up. So he digs in, getting ready for the first pitch of the inning. If you missed it, the Phillies did win. So the Braves need to keep pace up 2.5 now on Philly. If they get the win tonight, they'll go back up to 3. Here's the first pitch. Took a little bit off that, 78 miles an hour on the outside part of the plate. And it's strike number 1. And Eddie Rosario is trying to get something going here in the Atlanta half of the fourth inning, leading 4-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Inside at the ankles, Rosario dances away, and we've got a 1-1 count as Rosario, Swanson, and William Contreras are due up tonight, with Darnode getting the day off. Here's the 1-1 count. Kelly's got the call, and he fires it on the outside part of the play. It's banged foul to the third base dugout, and Rosario looks a little ticked off. I can't figure out what that's about, but I think he might have been upset at one of the earlier calls. It's now a 1-2 count, and Braves lead 4-1. No outs here in the top of the fourth. Inside pitch, and it is hit harmlessly back to the pitcher, a dribbler, and Rosario is out for out number 1. Merrill Kelly is sitting at 56 pitches through 3 1/3. That's going to bring Dansby Swanson up. Lieutenant Dan trying to get something going here. He's hitting 249 on the year, just 3 for 18 against Arizona this year. So, he wants to get something cooking. If he can get one in the gap, we all know Swanson can fly. Here's the first pitch, the delivery, and he fouls it back 0-1. The good news is the Mets lost tonight. The bad news is the Phillies did not. So we've got, the Mets will lose. They're down 12-4 to Boston. Boston is routing them. We'll hit the scoreboard here in a second. We got an 0-1 count on Swanson, and here's the delivery set up inside and swing and a miss, strike 2. Cardinals all over the Brewers 10-2. Top of the 9th. Braves obviously up 4-1 in case you're just joining us. Nats over the Marlins 7-5. Phillies beat the Orioles 4-3. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and Dansby goes fishing, swing and a miss. And that's the second out of the inning, and that'll bring William Contreras to the top of the batter's box. There's 2 away, top of the 4th, and if he gets on, we could at least clear the pitcher. So you'd like to see Contreras get on. He's 1 for 1 with a single in the second inning. Here's the first pitch of the at bat, and that pitch was outside, but they're calling it a strike, so it starts off 0-1. Real quick again on the scoreboard, Mariners up on the A's 2-0. That's just in the 4th inning. Giants up 3-0 on the Padres, and Contreras rips it to third like he did the first time. This time it is handled, and a 1-2-3 inning, very quick for Kelly. We'll take a break. When we come back, the number 3 hitter, Varsho, is due up for the Arizona Diamondbacks. You're listening to Braves Baseball.
Hello.
Hi, is Mark there?
Yeah.
It's me, Shannon. We met at Jack's party.
Yeah. How can I forget? Wow. How you doing? I haven't heard from you in
9 months.
Armchair. And remember, if you'd like to learn one of life's most valuable secrets, just send $20 to the announcer in care of this station. And by return mail, you'll receive your very own copy of the exciting 1.5-page book entitled Why You Should Never Send Some Guy $20 Just Because He Asks You to over the radio.
Armchair Quarterbacks on YouTube Live. We cover Braves baseball, Red Sox, Yankees, Rays, Cubs and Cardinals, and the rest of Major League Baseball every day. Subscribe and like us today. Your first choice for sports talk live from the First Coast.
Follow CBS Sports Radio in the Twitterverse for breaking sports news. Go to twitter.com/CBS Sports Radio.
The Armchair Quarterbacks on YouTube Live. We're covering the NBA playoffs until we have a winner. Subscribe and like us today. Your first choice for sports talk live from the First Coast. Saturday mornings, 8:30 Eastern. Dixie Football Nation is back and better than ever. We've got Tony Agolini, Matt Carr, Tones Ariola, Bobby and Angelo, along with Mac McGee this fall. Dixie Football Nation heads to the gridiron, talking ACC, SEC, the Big Ten, and all the big. Welcome back here to Braves baseball, bottom of the fourth inning, and Ian Anderson begins with a 1-0 count, misses outside against Varsho, and Varsho digs in on the 1-0 pitch, 94 miles an hour at the knees, and this is a called first strike as Atlanta leads 4-1, and Atlanta up 4-1, bottom of the fourth inning. We're out west tonight. That's why the broadcast is so late. 94 miles an hour inside, and we get the called strike, so it's quickly 1-2. Atlanta playing for a severe shift, left-handed shift, as Riley sits in shallow right field. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it is drilled high and deep to right center field, but Solera's going to get underneath it well before the warning track, and that is out number one. One away here at the bottom of the fourth inning, and Atlanta 4-1 leaders. It's going to bring Calhoun to the plate, who is 1 for 1 on the night. Calhoun, of course, hit that double that drove in the run at the bottom of the first inning. Could have been a lot worse that inning, so we'll take it. And first pitch is in on the hands, and we got a 0-1 count on Calhoun. San Francisco up 3-0 in the bottom of the second on San Diego. White Sox and Tigers were postponed. Here's the 0-1 pitch in the dirt, about 54-footer, and 1-1. You know, when you constantly miss so many balls in the dirt like Ian Anderson has been doing tonight, it's really easy for these pitchers, for these hitters to lay off. He's trying to get them to chase, but you can't get them to chase when it's so blatantly obviously that it's off the plate. Here's outside changeup, 87 miles an hour, swing and a miss. Now, that was a great changeup. Just off the outside part of the plate. You couldn't draw it up any better. The problem has been the consistency tonight as we go to set up the 1-2 pitch, and once again bounces well before the plate. I'd say that ball actually bounced before it ever got to the batter's box. So making it easy on the batters. It's 2-2. Ian Anderson already up to 55 pitches here at the bottom of the fourth inning with one away. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and just inside. Changeup, misses it just inside. Wanted the call, but that was definitely inside by about 3 or 4 inches.
So we're going to have a full count here on Calhoun, who is a dangerous batter. He shot a double down the left field line in his first at bat, and they're playing him to shift again. He's going to be looking to do that again. Here's the pitch, and fastball up around the chest, caught him off guard, and it's a strikeout. Calhoun is put down. 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth as we're rolling along here. Braves baseball up 4-1, trying to get our magic number down to 9 because Philadelphia is not doing us any favors as they continue to beat up on the weak sisters of the East, Baltimore right now, and they're set to play the Pirates this weekend. Ian Anderson delivers. 0-1 is the count as Peralta knocks it foul. Peralta will be followed by Christian Walker if he can get on. 2 away, bottom of the fourth. And another one that skips into the dirt. We got a 1-1 count. Contreras asked to see if the check swing went around, but he didn't even come close. Why you're not going to offer it something that is that blatantly far out of the strike zone. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball down the heart of the plate. It's fouled back over the third base dugout. And we got a 1-2 count. Ian trying to get out of this inning. The last thing that you want to see is Walker coming up with the man on. He does have some pop in his bat. Though he has struggled to produce this year, he does have quite a bit of talent. And that ball, my word, Ian Anderson keeps throwing him in the dirt. That one bounced 4 or 5 inches before the catcher's mitt, hit home plate, and bounced way back up against the screen. It is yin and yang here. Here's the 2-2 delivery, swung on and missed, and strike 3. I don't know how he's done it, but he continues to get strikeouts, even though he's, I guess you would call it, he's effectively wild tonight. That's his 6th strikeout. We'll head to break. Atlanta up 4-1, heading to the top of the 5th.
CBS Sports Radio, your home for all things sports 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, coast to coast. Great sports talk expected here. CBS Sports Radio.
Hey there, pal. First draft? How can you tell? Look, there's a few things you're going to want to know. Kickers go fast. You're going to take one early. Don't worry about running backs. You can always trade for one later. Cool, thanks. One more thing. It's good to have you here. You're my friend.
Armchair.
I might audible. How audible? I'll use.
Omaha! Red Polly! Blue poncho! Dilly! Rambo! Give me first off here, first off!
You're listening to the Armchair Quarterbacks on CBS Sports Radio.
Chop, Japan! Richmond, New York! Richmond, Florida! Sally, Buffalo! Check! Hey, Short Ox! Who the Raiders! Omaha! I'm out!
Yeah, I don't get that logic of rooting for your competitor to be successful. I think I understand the balance of having your conference stay strong.
Look, if it's a sport that I'm like, well, we're never going to be any good, then okay, whatever.
Right.
But it's stupid. If you really think Duke Blue Devil basketball fans go, come on, Carolina, let's get one. Let's get a championship. It's stupid. It's the dumbest thing on the planet. Welcome back to Braves baseball as we are cruising along here, top of the 5th inning. That'll bring Ian Anderson to the plate, and he swings at the first pitch. I can't tell you why. He swings at the very first pitch, and it's an easy out, rolled over to shortstop. Rojas guns him down by about a half mile, and there's one away.
Only thing I can think of is Ian Anderson wanted to go sit down on the pine for a bit. He's afraid Soler is going to go out there, go hog wild, swing it away. So he said, I'm going to go get my hacks and go sit down. So we got one away, and Soler digs in. I'll wonder if there's something said to him after the last time he was up swinging on the first pitch right after after Ian Anderson was out, and there was 2 outs in the inning. So here we'll find out here. Here's the first pitch, and he takes for a strike, and maybe he is learning as the leadoff hitter here for Atlanta. A little bit of a low strike. That is definitely, if it's a strike, it's a pitcher strike. And we got 0-1 pitch. Here's the delivery, and low in the dirt. 88 miles an hour, and we are even at 1-1. Atlanta up 4-1, top of the 5th, 1 away. And here's the delivery once again. Low changeup. He's missed with consecutive changeups and gets it to a 2-1 count. In all 3 pitches were in the same area, low and inside. And now low and outside, way outside as the ball gets to the backstop, and it's a 3-1 count for Soler. You can definitely tell they're trying to keep the ball down, worried about Soler roasting one like he did last night over the right field wall. That ball left in a hurry last night if you were with us. And here we go, 3-1 pitch, setting up low. It's a cutter, and it is hammered. Foul, gone, just foul over the left field wall. It had the distance, just did not have the shape, as Soler got a smile on his face. They finally gave him one up in the zone, and he tattooed it. Nice little souvenir for a young kid out there. He's running around grabbing the ball. Here's the 3-2 payoff pitch, and inside they set him back up, and they get the strikeout. Soler so close to making it a 5-1 lead. Excuse me. It's 4-1 Atlanta, top of the 5th. That'll bring Freddie Freeman to the plate. Nobody on, 2 away. Cruising through this game, which is what you want if you got an early game the next day. 88 miles an hour on the outside part of the plate, called for a ball, and Freddie starts off with a 1-0 count in his favor. He hit a double in the first inning, 302 average on the year. Here's the 1-0 pitch set up outside, and Freddie, it's called strike 1, but that is a little bit off the plate. But that's how Blue's been calling it tonight. So you're going to have to live with that. 1-1's the count. Here's the delivery. And fastball rocketed by Freddie over the first baseman's head. It's rattling around the corner. There goes Freddie. Freddie around first. He's heading into second, and he will cruise in, standing up with a stand-up double, 2 away, and we've got something cooking in Arizona. The Atlanta Braves up 4-1 with a rally going. Nice little, what a nice little way to get the bat head out around on the ball. Pulls it over the first baseman's head, even with the shift, just got enough lift over it and had enough English to get it over his head. And now we've got Ozzie Albies coming to the plate. A single should score Freddie. Braves up 4-1, top of the 5th inning with 2 away. Here's the windup, the delivery, and outside for ball 1. Atlanta up 4-1, top of the 5th inning, 2 away. We'll get you abreast of all the other scores here in a second, as the Tampa Bay Rays clinched their playoff berth tonight, this afternoon. They beat the Blue Jays. Second pitch is out of the strike zone, ball number 2. that was a heck of a game. I called that game at this afternoon, and the Blue Jays fastball on the outside part of the plate. Ozzie fouls it back. The Blue Jays and Rays almost had an incident. Benches cleared in the 8th inning. If you missed that, as they threw at Kiermaier down 7-1. Kiermaier believed it was intentional. They claimed it was not. Either way, benches cleared. There was a lot of bravado, but nothing really happened, and Tampa Bay wins. They clinched their 3rd consecutive playoff berth. Here's the 2-1 pitch inside on Ozzie Albies. He gets around on it. He hits it high. He hits it deep. He hits it far. He hits it gone. Atlanta up 6-1. 6-1. Ozzie Albies 2-run jack over the right field wall. And the tail of the tape is coming. He absolutely got around on that as he salutes James Washington coming around third base. Gets a big hug from Freddie, and Atlanta up 6-1. We're rolling out in the desert. Absolutely a moonshot. It was more height than it was length, but he got it over the wall, and that's all it takes. Atlanta 6-1. Merrill Kelly struggling here in the top of the 5th inning. They'll leave him in, and here comes Austin Riley. First pitch of the at bat. He takes the first pitch. 80 miles an hour changeup. A little bit inside, but he went in and took it for the strike. I think he was looking for a fastball. Here's pitch number 2. And another changeup, this time on the outside part of the plate. Swing and a miss, and quickly down 0-2. Riley's 2 for 2 tonight. The home run, RBI, a run scored, and here's the delivery inside, ball 1. 1-2 will be the count. If you missed the first inning, it should be another run scored, but there was a base running gap between him and Duvall. Fastball in the dirt. Riley swings at it. He misses. Strike him out, and we'll head to the break. Going to the bottom of the 5th. The Braves lead it 6-1.
You dumped a porn star? Friendship over. Friendship over!
Make sure to listen to the Armchair Quarterbacks Drive Time. Armchair Quarterback Show on Facebook Live, and make sure to tap that app, the Armchair Quarterbacks app. Google Android, Apple iPhone, good enough for us down here in the bayou. Go Tigers and the Armchair Quarterbacks.
Peanut butter.
Chocolate. You got peanut butter on my chocolate.
Well, you got chocolate in my peanut butter.
Bravissimo.
2 great tastes that taste great together. Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. Real milk chocolate. Good old-fashioned peanut butter.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Make sure to keep it locked in here on Armchair Quarterback Radio. We're not one-trick ponies. We cover the entire NFL, past and present.
3rd down and 6 at the 9. And Bo Jackson to the 20 and out in front, and only one man to beat, and easily can't run him down. He had the angle.
We are back here at Braves baseball. Christian Walker digs in, and first pitch is a called strike, and 0-1 away we go. Ian Anderson, 1 run through 4 innings, and once again skips another pitch in the dirt. If you're just joining us, this has been a theme, but he's worked his way into 6 strikeouts, 4 innings, and just 1 earned run. The Braves lead it 6-1, bottom of 5. Here's the pitch. Rolling inside. Walker takes a hack at it, and it is 1-2 as he misses. Atlanta trying to keep pace and stay 3 games in front of Philadelphia as they beat the Orioles tonight 4-3. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way. Fastball up around the letters, fouled back, and we'll go back to a 1-2 count. Ozzie Albies hit a home run in last part of the last frame, top of the 5th inning, making it 6-1. Braves had led it 4-1. Austin Riley had hit 1 out along with Adam Duvall. Braves seeing a lot of home runs. Offense really getting rolling out here in Arizona. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Low and away. Strike 3, swing and a miss. And we've got 1 away here at the bottom of 5. That'll bring up, after the strikeout from Walker, that'll bring up Van Meter. And Van Meter is 0 for 1. He was batting .208 coming into the night, lefty versus righty matchup. Here comes the first pitch, change up, strike number 1. 0-1 count. As the Braves lead 6-1. Van Meter digs in. Here's the pitch. Fastball high and out of the zone. Brushes him back a little bit. And we got a 1-1 count. Ian Anderson, 69 pitches on the night. Here's the 70th, and it is a fastball. Took a little bit off, looked like a 2-seamer. And 1-2 count as Van Meter was caught looking on that one. 1 away, bottom of 5. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's banged to the dirt, but it rolls foul and out of play. We'll do it again. 1-2 is the count as Van Meter tries to get his first hit of the night. 86-mile-an-hour changeup that went into the dirt. Van Meter's trying to get on for McCarthy, and after that, it would be the pitcher spot if they get that far. Can't imagine that Kelly would bat if they do get that far. Braves lead at 6-1. Merrill Kelly has struggled quite a bit so far. And here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, changeup out of the zone, and he went fishing for 7th strikeout of the night for Ian Anderson. 2 away in the bottom of the 5th. That is actually the 8th strikeout by Anderson, forgive me. And Atlanta, 6-1 lead, trying to get that magic number down to 9 to win the division. First pitch to McCarthy, swung on and miss. It's an 0-1 count. McCarthy, 0 for 1. Had a ball pop out of his glove in the outfield for a home run tonight. He hits a long fly ball, but going to die at the warning track. Just ran out of a little bit of gas. Duvall's underneath it. We head to break. Atlanta's up 6-1. Adam Duvall, Rosario, and Dansby Swanson are due up in the Braves' top of the 6th.
Ready to go?
All set. I can't believe we're going dancing.
You don't go that often?
No, because it's so stupid. Shall we?
It's important to remember the value of taking time for ourselves to do the things that help us grow and explore, like learning something new. And now with the Great Courses Plus, it's never been easier to experience the joys of learning. The Great Courses Plus offers thousands of streaming videos that cover hundreds of fascinating topics, from World War II to choosing the perfect wine. You can even take a course on the U.S. government or dealing with stress and anxiety. And because the Great Courses Plus partners with world-class professors and experts, you're always receiving thoroughly vetted, high-quality content from every lecture. Plus, you can watch or listen anytime, anywhere with the Great Courses Plus app. So take a little time for you. Sign up for the Great Courses Plus today for a free month of unlimited access. Visit thegreatcoursesplus.com/radio to get started. That's thegreatcoursesplus.com/radio.
My favorite comedians, I'm excited to talk to you.
Well, I'm excited to be here. These chairs are horrific. This is designed for I don't know what age. It's not like 6 to 8, like when you're 11.
Armchair Quarterbacks on YouTube Live. We'll keep you up to date in the world of NASCAR all season long. Subscribe and like us today. Your first choice for sports talk live from the First Coast.
Welcome to the jungle. Jim Rome on the air, noon to 3 Eastern, only on CBS Sports Radio.
Welcome back here to Braves baseball. And Atlanta has brought in Dylan Lee up into the pen. 6'3", 27-year-old, 214-pound lefty. He had a 1.58 ERA and a 5.1 record at Gwinnett, AAA level. We'll see if he gets into the game tonight. Here's the first pitch, top of the sixth to Duvall, outside, and away we go. 6-1 Atlanta. Kelly's still out there on the mound. The pitcher spot is due up next, so I figure they're just trying not to wear out their pitching staff, as Arizona is long gone as far as any kind of playoff consideration. So they're just walking out the calendar. Second pitch, 87 miles an hour, drops into the zone, and we got a strike. We got it evened up here at 1-1. Adam Duvall he's not being credited. It's a little confusing. You've got the main Elias Book is not crediting him for a home run, but they are crediting for the home run for the, give me 1 second as we got the 2-1 count. And does he go around? He does, and it's a 2-2. So it looks like that they have changed the ruling once again. The bottom line was there was 2 runs scored along with the first original score. So there were 3 total runs scored in the first inning, but there was confusion on who got credit for what. And here's the 2-2 pitch, strike 3, swinging, first out of the inning. Now, when it first happened, I'd mentioned that I thought it would be on the batter, because it's always up to the batter not to run past the runner, even though if you watch the play, it really was Riley's fault, but you can blame it on Darnode, because Darnode should have been looking where Riley was running back to him. Instead, he was looking to the outfield. And they originally had called it a 2-run home run. They've now cleaned that up, and they're calling it a single and a run scored. They might change that 3 or 4 more times, but the way it's always been in baseball is that if the batter would be out if cross paths with the runner in front of him. That's why you're always taught to pay attention to the runner in front of you. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Rosario, and he gets a hold of one there, 87 miles an hour, gives it a good ride. It's going deep, 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 deep to center field. And it's going to die just at the warning track in the glove. A deep center field indeed here in Arizona. Ball probably went about 410 feet. He's looking in absolute disbelief. Anywhere else in Major League Baseball, that ball is most likely out. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Ian Anderson, with 2 away. The short answer is there were 3 runs scored in the first inning. The long answer is there's still confusion. They've changed it now 3 times in the scorer's book, And I guess we'll find out by the end of the game what they've decided. But now they've taken the home run away, but they still have the 2 runs. But that doesn't make any sense, because if you do that, you can't just assume Riley was going to score on a single. So here's the delivery, and we got a called strike, 1-1 on. I think I said it was the pitcher. Excuse me, it was Dansby Swanson. I was trying to read the box score that keeps changing here, and we got a 1-1 count to Dansby Swanson, who fires it off to right field. It's a lazy fly ball all the way to the warning track and caught, and that'll end the top of the 6th. We head to the bottom of the 6th. The pitcher spot is due up. Atlanta leads 6-1.
Enjoy sun-drenched days, epic stays, and plenty of room to roam in Greater Fort Lauderdale. Our hotels, attractions, and restaurants have taken the Visit Lauderdale's Safe and Clean pledge, so you can relax and explore with confidence. When you're ready for that well-deserved staycation, our 23 miles of golden beaches await. Find wide open spaces to hike, bike, kayak, and paddleboard. Visit your favorite attractions, then dine out in style in socially distanced dining rooms or al fresco on waterfront patios. Learn more at sunny.org.
This year, choose a yogurt that's right for you. With 2 grams of sugar per 5.3 ounce serving, Too Good Greek yogurt is too good to be true. So Delicious dairy-free yogurt and Silk yogurt alternatives are delicious plant-based swaps you can enjoy by the spoon or add to recipes. Oikos 000 yogurt and Light and Fit yogurt are tasty, non-fat yogurt options. So many flavors, varieties, and possibilities. Elevate any recipe and your everyday with yogurt. Shop at Target.
To protect his family from disaster, Steve used his camera phone. Done. By taking pictures of his important documents, Steve can always have them stored online. Learn more simple disaster prep tips at ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
Welcome back here to Braves Baseball as we begin the bottom of the 6th inning. Ian Anderson's got 74 pitches into the night, 44 for strikes. He's allowed 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 8 strikeouts. So that sounds like a great line, but he has been wild, effectively wild, as he has skipped many pitches in the dirt. And he fires the first pitch in, and it is a solid first strike as the pinch hitter Smith comes up. He swings at the 0-1 pitch, bangs it into the dirt, and Freddie Freeman's on it, tosses it over to Ian Anderson, 1 away in the bottom of the 6th inning. You're listening to Braves Baseball. We'll be here tomorrow at 3:40 Eastern. So if you're working, you sneak away in your cubicle, you fire up the game, and we'll take you all the way to this is game 3 of a 4-game set, as Atlanta, after this, will head to the Padres to play 3.5 games in 3 days. They're going to play 2 games, finish up a game. Here comes the first pitch to Rojas. 0-2 pitch is Rojas is 0 for 2. The pitch is in the dirt, and it's 1-0 as Atlanta will play the tail end of a suspended game Friday night and then a full game Friday night to begin the series with the Padres. So the strange thing is Atlanta will be the home team in San Diego because they weren't going to have the Padres fly all the way back to Atlanta for 3 innings. Here's the 2-0 pitch as Rojas comes in, digs into the plate, and fastball on the outside part of the plate, 93 miles an hour on the black, and 2-1 count is the tally. Rojas 0 for 2. Here's the 80th pitch of the night. Fastball banged foul, and Atlanta trying to get through this game as Philly has won, and the Mets at last check, they were down by quite a bit. I'll check that here in a second. Pretty sure that they were, yes, they lose 12-5. So you can pretty much put a fork in the Mets. They're done. But you got to keep an eye on the Phillies. They come to Atlanta next week, and we will have that action. All right, here comes the pitch. And roped to deep second base. Ozzie fumbles it, but he fires it over to first just in time and avoids disaster. We get the second out of the inning, and Atlanta up 6-1. Ozzie, the ball was hit to him pretty sharply. He knocked it down, thought he had it, dropped it, was able to recover, fire it over to Freddie, and beat out the fleet of foot Rojas, who is the leadoff hitter and shortstop for Arizona. So you know he's got wheels. Great play by Ozzie to react and recover. Ketel Marte at 328 on the year. He swings at the first pitch out of the zone and 87 miles an hour. It's a call. It's a strike. 0-1 as Marte walked in the first inning. He scored the sole run for Arizona after Cole Calhoun slapped in a double. 0-1 pitch on the delivery. Rifled to, once again, Ozzie Albies' busy inning. And we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, the Atlanta Braves are leading off the top of the seventh with William Contreras in the pitcher spot. You're listening to Braves Baseball. Get your Sunday football morning started off right with the Handicappers on Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube, 10 a.m. Eastern to noon Eastern. Your Sunday morning kickoff show where we tackle your NFL lines out in the desert, a 61.2% win rate over the last 6 years. Against the spread, over under, money line, you name it. And we dive into the world of fantasy football year long and your DFS payouts. The only true Southern football kickoff show that talks the spreads in Vegas, your DFS and fantasy, and your year-long quest to win that fantasy football championship. Only on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel. It's the Handicappers on Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube, 10 a.m. Eastern to noon Eastern. Sundays, all NFL season long. Saturday mornings, 8:30 Eastern. Dixie Football Nation is back and better than ever. We've got Tony Agolini, Matt Carr, we are back here, Braves baseball. Austin Riley 2 for 3 with a home run. Albies 1 for 2 with a home run, 3 RBIs. And Ian Anderson, 6 innings pitched so far, 8 strikeouts and 1 earned run. Atlanta leads 6-1 as we head to the top of the seventh. A very fast first 6 innings. Hopefully that continues. I tend to bring bad luck. First few of these Braves games have gone pretty late, especially last Friday night. Hopefully we won't have another incident like that again with the debacle of Will Smith coming out of the pen. It's a real conversation Braves fans have got to have. Who is Atlanta, assuming that they get into the playoffs? Who does Atlanta go to when the playoffs are on the line and you've got to close out a game? Because Will Smith does not give a lot of confidence. So we begin here at the top of the seventh. William Contreras, it's lefty versus righties. He'll go up against Smith and swings at the first pitch. He pops it up into shallow center field. Carthy's underneath it, and it's out number 1 to begin the 7th inning. 1 pitch and 1 out. Live games going on right now. San Francisco leads San Diego 3-0, as that will be Atlanta's next stop is in San Francisco. Ian Anderson, he's coming back out to bat. So maybe Atlanta's going to try to save a little bit here on the pen and hope he can get a couple more innings. Ian Anderson digs in, and first pitch is low and inside, 91-mile-an-hour fastball in the dirt. Ian Anderson, not the best of hitting pitchers, but if you're him right now, you're just trying to find a way to get on and not wear yourself out. Is the more important thing is for you to eat another inning. 90 miles an hour, swing and miss. And that's a 1-1 count as Ian digs in and gets ready for the 1-1 delivery. Lefty fires it in, fastball up around the chest, swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Jorge Soler is on deck. San Francisco leads San Diego 3-0. Looking at the rest of the scoreboard, the 1-2 pitch, low and in the dirt, so we'll take it to a 2-2 count. Rays beat Toronto earlier today, sending themselves to the playoffs. The Cardinals win 10-2 as they're chasing down the final wild card spot. Here's the 2-2 pitch, low and at the shoes. It's 3-2, and Smith has worked himself into a full count with Ian Anderson, the pitcher. Yankees prevail and beat the Rangers 7-3. Red Sox over the Mets 12-5. Twins over the Cubs. Dodgers are losing to the Rockies right now. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and Ian Anderson draws a walk. How about that? The soft-hitting Ian Anderson finds his way on base, and in a closer game, you would definitely go out there and put a pinch runner, but they're hoping Ian Anderson can kind of just lightly jog himself in home. Maybe Jorge Soler can take care of it and send it over the fence, and he can just walk his way around the bases. Jorge Soler walked in the first. He's 0 for 2. He has scored a run. Here's a pitch, almost hits him inside. Last time up, he did hit a monster shot that just went foul down the left field line. Angels over the Astros. I'm sorry, Astros are over the Angels 3-0. Mariners 3-1. Sorry, my eyesight goes a little bit. I'm on a double header right now. The second game of the day I've done, and it's getting a little crazy over here. But I love the game of baseball. Here's the delivery. 1 out, 1 on. Jorge Soler digs in. Here's the pitch, and it is low. It's to ball 2. We're going to have a 2-0 count. Of course, if he can get on, Freddie Freeman is standing on the deck. And if anyone else, if Freddie can squeeze by, you've got Ozzie Albies after him. 2-0 is the count. We're going to look at the updated standings here in Major League Baseball here in a second. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Another low pitch. Ball 3, 3-0 count. Jorge Soler looking for something that he can wallop, but he's not getting anything close to the strike zone. 6-1 is the score, Atlanta. Top of the 7th inning. 1 away. And here's the 3-0 pitch, taking all the way 89 miles an hour to get me over fastball, and it's 3-1. Get you updated standings in the American League. The Rays, who have clinched a playoff spot, still have not clinched the actual division. They have a 6-game lead over Boston, 8 over the Yankees. As the Yankees win, the Blue Jays lose. So we'll get to that here in a second. 3-1 pitch, fires in, and Jorge Soler golfs it down the right field line. First baseman Smith tries to corral it, tries a Willie Mays over the shoulder shoestring catch, and he drops it, giving Jorge Soler yet another pitch to play with. That's usually a bad idea in Major League Baseball, to give someone an extra strike. Now, I will say that was a difficult catch. It was over the shoulder, but I've seen so many of them this year throughout Major League Baseball. They're almost becoming routine, something that when I was growing up as a kid in the 80s and early 90s, you never saw those plays made. And now it's almost like they must be practicing them. And the 6th pitch is low and inside. So we get ball number 4, 1st and 2nd, top of the 7th, 1 away. And the reigning National League MVP, Freddie Freeman, will be digging in against the lefty. White Sox still 10.5 up on the Indians in the NL West. Braves, like I said, are 2.5 in front of the Phillies. They're 7.5 in front of the Mets. The Mets, for all intents and purposes, are done. Milwaukee has clinched their. See, have they clinched the division? It looks like that they have clinched their division. And the St. Louis Cardinals won again today. We'll get into that here in 1 second. Milwaukee has clinched a playoff spot. They're still, I think their magic number is still 1 or 2 away. So they have not clinched the division yet. But Giants and Dodgers have clinched a playoff spot. Dodgers are a game back as they play tonight, not against each other, but they're both in action. The wild card we'll get to here in a second as Freddie wanders up to the plate. Catcher and pitcher were kind of having a powwow to go over what they want to do on the signs, as we now have a man on second, a man on first. There's 1 away, and Braves got something cooking with the 6-1 lead. Here's the first pitch of the at-bat. Swung on and missed out of the zone at his shoe tops, 85 miles an hour. Freddie misses on that one, and it is 0-1 on the count. Looked like that was a slider away. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Freddie digs in, and he pops it out of play. Looks like to have just missed that slider, just mistimed that slider. So started off this already with 2 sliders to begin the at-bat. Will he go to the well one more time? Infield in a pure shift to the right-hand side of the infield. So you've got 3 guys right of the second base bag, only one, the shortstop, playing basically a zone defense in between second and third. Here's the delivery, 0-2. Outside, another slider. He misses on the outside, try to get Freddie to chase. We'll have a 1-2 count up next. Looking at the wild card, the Red Sox have a 2-game lead over the Yankees. The Yankees have now jumped the Blue Jays a half game. Now remember, Red Sox and Yankees have a 3-game set this weekend, and then the Yankees will play the Blue Jays on Tuesday. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Freddie's going to give it a ride deep to left field, but not deep enough. It's playable, and that'll be out number 2 as it's corralled out there in left field, brought into the infield. No runners advance, and that'll bring Ozzie Albies, who's a much more prolific power hitter from the right side, already has a home run from the left side. And we'll see if he can do the switch hitting home run feat again. 1 for 2 with a home run and 3 RBI, a sac fly. The National League wild card looks like this. St. Louis is really starting to put the gas on put the pedal down on the gas. They had a 4.5-game lead over Cincinnati and Philly, and 5.5 on San Diego, who is currently losing. Here's the pitch, and slider on the outside part of the plate, strike number 1. Now, when we first started this road trip, my first thought was San Diego's going to be playing for their playoff lives when Atlanta goes in there. That's not the case. Realistically, San Diego's done in the playoffs. They lose tonight, they're going to be 6 games out with only a handful to play. Here's the slider. Ozzie Albies gives it a ride deep into left field. It's high, but it will not be long enough as it's caught just before the warning track. That's out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Braves lead 6-1 over the Diamondbacks. Arizona coming up to bat.
Kiss my ass.
ACC football covered like no other here on the Armchair Quarterback.
Against the blitz. Touchdown, Florida State. Preston scores the touchdown. And now it's Bowden's decision. And he sends Mowry onto the field right away. Danny Cannell is the holder. Mowry This game is over. A 31-31 tie. A 31-31 tie. A deep throw by Lawrence. A lot of contact. Justin Ross broke free from it. He's down in the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson. Justin Ross, a freshman wide receiver, mid-range.
Welcome back here to Braves Country Baseball, and the Braves are up 6-1. First pitch of the bottom of the seventh inning is a strike to Varsho, 0-1 pitch, and missed, swung on and missed by Varsho. We got an 0-2 count to start us off. Ian Anderson still on the bump, 85 pitches into the night. Realistically, may be able to go 8, but let's get him through the 7th here. Here's the 0-2 pitch, way outside the zone, trying to get Varsho to chase, and it's a 1-2 count as Atlanta leads 6-1, bottom of the 7th inning, and looking to take the 3rd game of this 4-game series. Tomorrow's game, 3:40 p.m. first pitch. I will be on the call, so come back and join us for Braves baseball once again, 3:40 Eastern. Here's the 2-2 count. Anderson looks outside, and it is a Baltimore chopper, but it will be handled by Dansby, and Dansby fires it to first base, make that Ozzie Albies, and Ozzie has had a busy night over there. He was playing almost the shortstop position. Looks like they had Riley shifted over into right field again, and it is one away. That takes Ian Anderson 88 pitches with 6 1/3. That brings up Kyle Calhoun, who had a RBI double in the first inning, the only score of the night for Arizona so far. Atlanta leads 6-1, and swung on and missed, change up out right outside the zone, and it begins 0-1. Looking around Major League Baseball, it looks like for all intents and purposes, the Cardinals are going to be heading out west for the wild card. They are storming past the Reds, the Phillies, the Padres. Here's the 0-1 pitch outside, low and outside. Calhoun takes it, and it's 1-1. What looked like it was going to be a very tight wild card race, 3, maybe even 4 wide going into the final week, it's turning into a runaway for St. Louis. Here's the pitch. Change up in the dirt, and it'll be 2-1. If you haven't been paying attention, the St. Louis Cardinals have now won, after tonight, 11 baseball games in a row. 11 in a row. Now, the question is, can they stay hot? Remember earlier in the summer when the Yankees won, 11, 12 in a row, whatever it was, and then they couldn't get off the mat for like 3 weeks. So you wonder when they run out of gas here and finally their winning streak breaks, will they run out of luck? 3-1 count into Calhoun. Here's the stretch as Ian Anderson confirms the pitch from Contreras. Here's the delivery and 3-1 pitch. It is a called strike at the letters. And we'll have a full count for Cole Calhoun here. 6-1 Atlanta, bottom of the 7th inning. Atlanta out here in Phoenix today and tomorrow, and then they head to San Diego and come home Tuesday. We'll have all the action. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Hit high, hit deep. He gives it a ride, and Duvall's going to corral it right at the 13 sign in deep left center field, 2 away, and Ian Anderson looks to be in fine shape to get out of this inning. 2 away, 94 pitches, as he is cruising along here against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Calhoun really gave that a ride. Duvall, who ever since he's taken over the center field position, really has played very good center field. Very underrated part of this Braves turnaround has been not just the outfield's bats, but their defense, their gloves. First pitch to Peralta is high for ball 1. Atlanta Braves baseball here. Thank you for joining us tonight. We'll be back tomorrow at 3:40 p.m. Same bat time, same bat channel. Here's the delivery. And 2-0. Wonder if Anderson's starting to run out of gas a little bit. 96 pitches on the night. 6 2/3 innings of work. How long is his leash? Here's the 2-0 count to Peralta, who's 0 for 2 on the night, and he pounds it into the ground, right into the shift. Riley gets it from shallow right field. It is an easy bang, bang play, and the Braves are out of the 7th. We head to the 8th. Austin Riley, Adam Duvall, and Rosario do up. The Braves lead at 6-1. We'll be back here on Braves Baseball.
Cool. Wizard versus nerd. I'll strike you down with my spell. No, science is the answer. Me out to the ball game.
Get caught up with the big stories from around the world in sports in just a few minutes. It's Take Me Out to the Ball Game today, weekdays. Armchair Quarterbacks on YouTube. Baseball, football, basketball, whatever's trending in the world of sports, it's on Take Me Out to the Ball Game today in just a few minutes. It drops weekdays. Take Me Out to the Ball Game today on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel.
Take me out to the ball game.
ACC football covered like no other here on the Armchair Quarterbacks.
And backpedaling, Lawrence flips it open, wide open. Justin Ross off and running. The Alabama native wins the foot race, and Clemson strengthens its grip on this championship game.
Wow, gut punch by Clemson right there.
Akers breaks free. Cam Akers in the clear. Foot race. And they finally spin him down at the 5. The electric play the nose needed.
He wants another deep shot. Drops it in.
Pitch it to Cersei. Cersei launches into the end zone, and the Yellow Jackets score again.
Armchair Quarterback Radio is ACC country.
Saturday mornings, 8:30 Eastern. Dixie Football Nation is back and better than ever. We've got Tony Agolini, Matt Carr, Tones Ariola, Bobby and Angelo. Welcome back here to Braves Baseball as Austin Riley digs in. The first pitch of the 8th inning is high, and they're going to call it a strike. That's a high strike, 89 miles an hour across the chest, and 0-1 is the count. Smith up to 20 pitches as he came in for relief. Austin Riley 2 for 3 on the night with a home run. Despite the base running Gaff, has had a really good night, and Smith misses on the outside part of the plate, but Riley can't resist and fouls it back. We're now at an 0-2 count. By the way, that home run went 449 feet. Exit velocity was 106 miles an hour. And here's the 0-2 pitch as they set up inside. Get him to chase. He rips it foul. Probably took a head or two off in the dugout over there on the third base side. And we are back to an 0-2 count as we reset here. Atlanta up 6-1, top of the 8th inning, as you got an 0-2 count. Here comes Smith trying to get him to chase high. Wow, that ball was about 3 feet out of the zone and high. Catcher had to jump up to stop it from hitting the backstop. So we'll reset it at 1-2. And the delivery. Riley right on that here on the screws, but just missed it. Fouled back to the backstop. And Riley almost sent that thing into outer space. You could always tell when they just miss it because the ball goes back directly to the screen like a bullet. And that was one of those. Here's the 1-2 pitch. See if you can get a hold of this one. Fastball inside, misses, and we'll have 2-2. Atlanta leads 6-1. Top of the 8th inning. Philadelphia won earlier tonight in case you missed it. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and that ball is high and inside. And now we've got a full count. Riley probably be sitting dead red here looking for something he can hammer. 3-2 count as we wait for the delivery from Smith. Left-hander versus right-hander, and a power hitter at that. Here's the pitch, and Riley just misses, swings right through it. It's a strikeout. He's shaking his head. He knows he missed it. He knows that was his pitch. Could not believe it. I believe that he was expecting it a little further inside. The pitch was actually off compared to where the catcher was set up, but it worked, and that's the first out of the inning. Looking around at some of the late scores, Mariners lead the A's 3-1 at the top of the 7th. Giants over the Padres 3-0 in the 6th. And the Dodgers are down 10-5 to the Rockies. Buehler was on the mound tonight. Walker Buehler, a Cy Young candidate. Adam Duvall steps in, takes the first pitch for a ball. Adam Duvall has had a good night himself. Here's the pitch. 1-0 pitch. Fastball, a little inside, just barely, and it's a 2-0 count. If you missed it early this afternoon, the Tampa Bay Rays clinched a spot in the American League playoffs. Worst case scenario, they're in the wild card, but their eyes are on the prize, the AL East. Fastball high and outside, and we've got a 3-0 count sitting now, similar to what we just went down. Duvall's going to be sitting dead red as he digs in, getting ready for the pitch. The way Ian, fastball across the plate, and Duvall was taken all the way. The way Ian Anderson is talking to Krantz on the bench, it looks like his day might be done. It looks like they're going over a pitch chart, which I would expect that to be the case. Ian Anderson picked 7 fine innings. Fastball across the plate, banged foul, and we'll do it again. It's a full count now, 3-2. Got a pretty good night from Ian Anderson. So why rock that boat and send him back out there? He was effectively wild. If you were to guess, 15 to 20 pitches well out of the strike zone, skipping in the dirt. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and Duvall hammers it over the head of the left fielder. It is up against, it hits the wall, and he is going to be gunned down. What a relay by the left fielder. Gunned down. He is called out. Duvall is standing there. Duvall believes he's safe. The throw definitely beat him. Whether or not the tag got him or not, we'll take another look at this. Hammered an 89-mile-an-hour fastball that was a little bit out of the zone, but it was right in his wheelhouse. The ball slammed off the left field wall, but right into left fielder's glove. The Duval might have an argument here. The tag came in and it looks like, wow, that's bang, bang. You can't tell because the umpire was standing in the way. It looks like, well, if you go to the traditional tie goes to the runner, we might literally have a tie goes to the runner here. But did his foot stay on the bag during the contact of the bag? What I was saying about Ian Anderson a second ago, before that exciting play in the left field, is they're going under a replay review. Ian Anderson, 7 innings pitched, 8 strikeouts, 1 earned run, and just 1 walk. But he had a lot of pitches that he just routinely bounced in the dirt. And I'm talking about 2, 3, 4, 5 inches in front of home plate. But somehow he got it to work. Looking at the replay one more time. So the tag goes high. It's close. I think they might have got him by a hair. And since they called him out to begin with, it's going to be hard to dispute that. The one thing is when they show the second replay, his back heel might have beat it in, but it's going to be tough to overturn that. Here comes the review, and they are going to call him out. It's a really close play, and Snicker is not happy at all. But I don't believe that that was going to be a tough one to overturn. Normally, I'm right along there with Snicker. He looks pretty ticked off. He believes that he was in there safe. I think if you polled 10 people, no matter what their fandom was, you polled 10 people, you would get 11 different answers on that one. And that'll bring Rosario, lefty versus lefty matchup. Snicker still barking from the dugout. See if that turns into anything. Atlanta's up 6-1, 2 outs, top of the 8th inning. Your Atlanta Braves trying to get their magic number down to 9. Here's the pitch, low and outside, and it's ball number 2. So we got a 2-0 count for Rosario. He gave one a ride earlier, just missed it. So maybe he can get things going here tonight. Rosario, who awaits the pitch, is 0-2 on the night, hitting .266 on the year. Eddie Rosario's been a breath of fresh air in that left field. How much did that struggle in June and in May, even in July? Here's the 2-1 pitch, and he reaches for a fastball. It looks like it's going to stay in play. Three guys go over there. The catcher and the third baseman collide, but the catcher does hold on to it. Varsho holds on for the out. That's the final out of the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. The Braves up 6-1. You're listening to Braves Baseball. Get your Sunday football morning started off right with the Handicappers on Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube, 10 a.m. Eastern to noon Eastern. Your Sunday morning kickoff show where we tackle your NFL lines out in the desert, a 61.2% win rate over the last 6 years. Against the spread, over, under, money line, you name it. And we dive into the world of fantasy football year long and your DFS payouts. Your only true Southern football kickoff show that talks the spreads in Vegas, your DFS and fantasy, in your year-long quest to win that fantasy football championship. Only on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel. It's the Handicappers on Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube, 10 a.m. Eastern to noon Eastern. Sundays, all NFL season long.
Anyone got a stapler? Got a lot of forms, and there's a slight breeze in here.
Because paperwork is dramatic. Catch it Thursdays on Weasel before it catches you. Lager, the beer that brought the forest down.
I drive an exotic imported sports car. I eat exotic foreign food like frankfurters and pizza. But when it comes to numbing my mind, I'm a patriot. I drink the beer that brought the forest down. I'm a lager man. And with the new 80-bottle trunk pack, you've got enough for the evening. Hey, it's happy hour somewhere.
Lager brings out the patriot in you.
Welcome back to Braves baseball. The Braves lead 6-1 as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Ian Anderson, 8 strikeouts on the night. And looking to see if his evening is indeed done. It looks like it should be, as we welcome in, yes, it's Chris Martin on the mound. Chris Martin's finishing up his warm-up pitches, and he's got 38 innings, a 3.96 ERA, 29 strikeouts. Not quite the year that he's used to, has struggled a bit. They're going to try to get him into playoff shape. If the Braves are going to make any kind of a deep run in the National League playoffs, they've got to get a better outings out of Chris Martin, Will Smith, even Rich Rod, who has had a few rough outings. The bullpen has got to become what the bullpen was last year. Here's the first pitch, and it's low and inside, ball 1. San Diego looks like that they're putting a rally together. It's 3-1, and they've got the bases loaded against the Giants. All right, 6-1, bottom of the 8th. Atlanta leads. Christian Walker digs in on a 1-0 count and misses again inside. Chris Martin has really struggled to find the strike zone after about midway through the year. Atlanta trying to hold on here for a 6-1 lead, trying to get the victory, taking 3 of the first 4 of the series. This is game 3 of a 4-game series. Game 4 tomorrow at 3:40 Eastern. If you're stuck at work or wherever, we will have the games. So just like and subscribe today. We'll be coming on right at first pitch at 3:40 Eastern. Looks like we got a 2-1 count, and there is action in the Arizona bullpen. So we'll keep you informed on that. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Chris Martin fires the ball, and it is roped 94 miles an hour. That is gone. Well gone. It is an absolute missile that left the building. Christian Walker hits a home run, and once again, Chris Martin struggles. It is a 6-2 lead still Atlanta, but you don't like to see that. First batter he faces, he gives up a solo shot, and Atlanta still up 6-2, but you do not like to see that. No outs in the top of the 8th as Arizona tries to mount a rally. It's an absolute tater that he threw over the plate. Unbelievable. And Chris Martin just kind of shaking his head. The whole team shaking their head. All they can think is, here we go again. Get this game close, and Will Smith will be in there seeing what kind of home runs he can give up. First pitch on the way to Van Meter. It's 1-0 as Walker's in there doing a celebration and whatnot in the dugout. Arizona gets on the board for the first time since the first inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Van Meter. Chris Martin fires it in way outside, 95 miles an hour, but an easy ball. And Van Meter, who's 0 for 2, but he's 3 for 8 against Atlanta this year. Van Meter trying to get something going. He's essentially now the leadoff hitter in the inning with the run that's been added. Fastball on the outside part of the plate, 94 on the black, and it is called strike. Martin's got to get things going here. By the way, you want to talk about a name you hadn't heard of in a while? Scott Kazmir started for the Giants tonight. He had 4 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, no earned runs, but he is responsible for the pitcher, for the runners that are on bases. He's been pulled. Well, what about that Scott Kazmir? He's been out of the game for quite a while, and he comes back after struggling with a lot of injuries and other issues. We now have a 2-2 count on Van Meter. Atlanta up 6-2. People that don't remember Scott Kazmir, he played for the Tampa Bay Rays way back. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fastball in the inside part of the black, and it is a called third strike. Van Meter shakes his head, but that was definitely a strike. I think he was looking for something on the outside part of the plate. Scott Casimir played for the Tampa Bay Rays about a decade ago. He's bounced around the league. He's had some really tough years, lean years, and he's trying to make yet another comeback with San Francisco. McCarthy digs in. He's 0 for 2 on the night. Center fielder that let the ball pop out of his glove and over the wall that caused all the confusion in the first inning. And ball's low for a ball one. Called ball one. It's a 1-0 count. Just dropped out of the zone. Atlanta up 6-2. One away, the 1-0 pitch. Fastball on the outside part, but it's called a ball. So we got a 2-0 count, 95-mile-an-hour pitch. The speed is there for Martin tonight. He just doesn't have the control. 2-0 count, 6-2. Atlanta leading here in the bottom of the eighth. Here's the 2-0 pitch. It's fired in 96 miles an hour, fouled away, swung on, and we've got a 2-1 count as Atlanta trying to hold on to this 6-2 lead. And with this bullpen, you just never know. Sometimes it looks easy and they cruise right through, and some nights it's a house of horrors. Here's the 2-1 delivery from Chris Martin. He fires it in up around the letters, swing and a miss, strike two, and we have a 2-2 count on McCarthy. Looking ahead to the ninth inning, where we're definitely going to need some runs to make yourself feel a little better. Dansby Swanson, Contreras in the pitcher spot. Here's the 2-2 count. And he gives it a drive. McCarthy does to deep left center field. Rosario gets on his horse right before the warning track, and he catches it for out number 2. Relatively easy play out there in left field. And Chris Martin, after giving up the solo shot, is getting 2 outs and trying to get through this inning. And that'll bring up it looks like it's Ramos. Yes, Henry Ramos hitting 207 on the year. He came up last night, switch hitter, pinch hitter off the bench. He's not played much in the majors this year. Of course, remember the expanded rosters take place in September, so you get a lot of players that you haven't heard of, that you haven't seen in September, especially in teams that aren't in the playoff contention. Here's the first pitch on the outside, 95. Might have been a little bit outside, but they gave Martin the benefit of the doubt, so we got strike one to start the at-bat. Henry Ramos, 207, 1 home run, 6 RBI. I said he just came up from the minor system in the expansion, roster expansion on September 1st. Here's the 0-1 pitch off the plate, 88-mile-an-hour changeup, and it is 1-1. National League West standings right now, San Francisco and Los Angeles are separated by just 1 game, but San Francisco is leading and the Dodgers are losing, so that might change by the end of tonight. Here's the pitch, rifled back up, almost took Chris Martin's head off as that ball heads into center field. It'll be corralled by Duvall. He gets it back in, and a base hit by Ramos will bring Rojas to the plate, who's 0 for 3, has gotten the barrel on the ball on a couple of at bats. He struck out looking in the first, had a fly out to center in the third, grounded out to second, but it was a hard hit ground out to second in the 6th. So 1 on, 2 out. Braves lead Bottom of the 8th, 6-2. And here comes the pitch. Fastball, 95 miles an hour, fights it off, and it's 0-1. Braves baseball will come your way right here at 3:40 Eastern tomorrow. Please like and subscribe and put it on your calendars. Atlanta versus Arizona, the 4th game of the series before we head to San Diego on Friday. Rojas 0 for 3 for the night. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Fastball on the outside, 96 on the black, and it is called strike 2. Rojas looks a little dismayed. Definitely a strike, especially if you looked at the strike zone all night long. Mac McGee here with Braves baseball as bottom of the 8th inning, excuse me. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball on the outside, 96, and they're going to call it a ball, probably a couple of inches off the plate. One that I think Martin wanted, but more likely he thought that he would go after. Takes a steady eye and a steady hand not to swing at that one. It's 1-2 delivery. Sits up at the same spot outside of part of the plate, and Rojas gives it a drive into right field. It's going to drop right in front of Soler. We're going to have runners on first and third with 2 away. Just a 4-run lead in the heart of the order. Ketel Marte, the best batter in the Arizona lineup, coming up to bat, hitting .326 on the year. We'll see what Krantz and Snicker decide to do. Of course, one swing of the bat could make this a 1-run game. Atlanta really needing to get this win, especially after leading it the entire game, and that will do it for Chris Martin. We're going to have the call to the pen. We'll be back in a flash here as Atlanta makes a pitching change. It looks like it's going to be Luke Jackson. We'll be back in just a flash.
I might audible. If I audible, I'll use Omaha! Red Polly!
We're back here at Braves baseball, and it is Luke Jackson. He's going to fire the first pitch in for a ball, and it's 1-0 as Ketel Marte digs in. Ketel Marte, a very difficult customer to deal with here. He's 0 for 2 on the night, but came into the game tonight hitting .328. Off-speed pitch is banged into the dirt, foul, and we got a 1-1 count. So set the stage again. Runners on the corners, bottom of the 8th inning. There's 2 away. Ketel Marte and 2 runners with a lot of speed on the corners. Here's the pitch. Inside 97 miles an hour, a little too much for Marte to catch up with. He's going to hit it long and deep, but foul, and it looks like it'll get out of play. Atlanta leads 6-2 as they're trying to hold on here. Chris Martin came into the game, has given up a run, and then put 2 runners on. Luke Jackson trying to put out the fire here. The 1-2 count. And here comes the pitch. Contreras sits up on the outside. Fastball way outside, 96 miles an hour, and it's going to be a 2-2 count. This isn't over yet, Braves fans, as we all know, watching this bullpen all year long, things have unraveled. Here comes the 2-2 pitch, and takes a little bit off of it, banged foul into the stands, and we'll do it again. Reset as the runners are on first and third, 2 away, 2-2 count, 2 on, 6-2. Deuces are wild as Luke Jackson tries to get out of this Chris Martin mess. Here comes the delivery, sets up high, fastball way out of the zone, and now we've got a full count. That means the runner on first will be going on the pitch. So anything hit into the gap will be a run for sure. As Atlanta tries to get out and dance around this mess. It's 6-2 Atlanta. Here we go on the 3-2 pitch. And off speed, just missed it. Hits it back foul. It was left in the center of the plate. Usually a pitch that Marte can handle, but he just got underneath it and he hits it back foul. And so we'll do it again. 3-2 count. Runners on the corners, 2 away. As Contreras sets up on the outside part of the plate. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, and we get out of the mess. Strike out Luke Jackson. He puts out the fire. We head to the break. When we come back, the Atlanta Braves offense is going to be looking to add some runs as Atlanta leads it 6-2 going to the top of the 9th inning. The Armchair Quarterbacks on YouTube Live, covering the world of soccer, MLS, EPL, and beyond. That's the Armchair Quarterbacks on YouTube Live, weekdays. Please like, subscribe, and share our show today. The Armchair Quarterbacks, your first choice for sports talk, live from the First Coast.
You just robbed a house. You have all this great stuff that now belongs to you, but you got this annoying pang of guilt nagging at you. Well, worry no more, because your friends at Cell Block Greeting Cards have the answer for you. Introducing our new line of petty crime thank you cards. Before you smash and grab one of our cards and leave it behind on your next heist. Choose from any of these fine heartfelt cards like,
thank you for the plasma TV.
Or,
thanks for the PlayStation, alcohol, and penny jar.
And,
don't use your toothbrush.
Or limited time, introducing,
I'm still in the house.
And many more sentimental petty crime thank you cards. Available at any back alley, shadowy parking lot, or
armchair.
We got a tie. We need to fix it. We need a tiebreaker.
I agree. Ties are not acceptable in fantasy football. Fantasy football is about proving that you are better than your friends, not equally as good as your friends, okay? It's not communism. We're not coveting Billy Joel cassette tapes and wearing ill-fitting blue jeans.
Take the scenic route in the new Hyundai Santa Fe, the family SUV with available H-Track all-wheel drive to help you travel way off the beaten path. Find new adventures together in the Hyundai Santa Fe.
Welcome back here to Atlanta Braves baseball. The Braves lead at 6-2. Thanks to home runs by Riley and Ozzie Albies, Atlanta leading at 6-2. Just got out of a huge mess in the bottom of the 8th inning. So a 4-run lead, but you want to get some insurance runs here. And you wouldn't think you need insurance runs, but this bullpen proves you differently every night. So before we go out there with a 4-run lead to the bottom of the 9th, let's try to get 1 or 2. Try to put this out of reach. Dansby Swanson takes the first pitch, low and away and in the dirt, as he will take on Tyler Clippard. Remember Tyler Clippard from his days with the Washington Nationals. He is now out west in Phoenix, and here comes the 1-0 pitch from Clippard. Change up low and inside, but they'll call it a strike, and 78 miles an hour, and we got a 1-1 count. Thank you for joining us tonight here on Braves Baseball. We'll be back again 3:40, same bat time, same bat channel, so make sure to tune in. And here's the 1-1 count. Fisted off with a broken bat with Dansby Swanson running to first base. The play is going to be made by first baseman. Shattered bat in the middle of the infield and 1 away. As Swanson got handcuffed, the ball exploded in his hands. Everyone seems to be all right, but we got 1 away, and William Contreras, the brother of Wilson Contreras, steps in. Contreras 1 for 3 with a single in the second. He's now hitting .206 on the year, 7 home runs, 21 RBI, and a .672 OPS. Here's the windup and the delivery, and Clippard fires in a fastball 90 miles an hour, but it is outside. Clippard comes into this game with a 2.75 ERA. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And change up out of the zone. We got a 2-0 and something brewing here. Pitcher spot is due up next, so most likely a pinch hitter. You would think it's probably Jock Peterson, lefty versus righty matchup, as you'd think is where they would go, but remains to be seen. 2-0 pitch here for Clippard, and Contreras swings and hits one high and way foul behind the first base line. It is Will Smith warming up in the bullpen, so it looks like it's going to be a Will Smith game. So get your popcorn ready, because we know it's never easy when Will comes in. He normally gets the job done, but it's usually a bumpy ride. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Clippard out of the zone, and we'll have 3-1. Braves looking to add to the 6-2 lead before the bullpen takes it back over in the 9th inning. Quite the scare in the bottom of the 8th. They had runners on first and third, full count, and Starlin Marte up to bat. It's about as bad as it can get against the Arizona lineup. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and Contreras ropes it into left field. He's got a single, 1 man on, 1 out, top of the 9th, and the pinch hitter is due up. Contreras gives the patented Atlanta Braves. They're doing like a sword cross all year long, but it looks a lot like the tomahawk chop to me, so I call it the chop. And it is going to be Jock Peterson hitting 231 on the year, 16 home runs, and got some pop in his bat. And well, also what you like about Peterson is he'll take what the pitcher gives him. By the way, score update, Astros and Angels are tied at 5 apiece, bottom of the 8th. And the Giants lead the Padres 4-1. Clippard steps off, looks back into the catcher, gets a sign. Here's the first pitch, and it is rifled down the right field line. Jock Peterson sends Contreras on his merry-go-round. He's rounding seconds, going into third, and Jock Peterson will make it on a stand-up double. Does the chop move, and the Braves got second and third, 1 out. That's what we need, some insurance runs, as Atlanta leads 6-2. It was a rope sent into the right field corner. Very good play by Calhoun to get it back into play. If he doesn't get and cut it off before it hits the wall there, the Braves would score a run for sure. Contreras, a catcher, but with pretty good wheels, as he is a 22-year-old catcher, not the 32-year-old catchers that you normally see running around out there. And I use the term running very lightly. Jorge Soler will dig in now, 0 for 2 on the night. He's had a couple of ones that just went foul that he's really gotten a hold of. Jorge Soler, second and third, 1 out. This is where you at least want to get a run in here. And change up over the heart of the plate. Soler took it. He's kind of shaking his head like, I cannot believe I took that. 77 miles an hour in the heart of the plate, and it's 0-1. Atlanta up 6-2, top of 9. Clippard on the 0-1 count gets the signal from the plate. Here's the delivery. And fastball inside, 1-1. Atlanta looking to at least get that runner home from third, something that Atlanta has struggled with all year long, just doing the base them, get them over, get them in type baseball, especially in the extra innings, something that they really need to work on, because when you get to the playoffs, you're absolutely going to need that. It's not the 3-run home runs that win you a playoff series. It's the get them on, get them over, get them in type of baseball that gets you to the next round. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Tyler Clippard steps off the mound. Time called by Jorge Soler, and we'll redo this, get it going again. Jock Peterson takes off his helmet. He's talking to Marte, and he's got that big, bright, golden flow, and Marte's kind of laughing at him. They're both kind of chuckling. I'm sure it's got something to do with his hairdo. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Jorge Soler digs in, and 83 miles an hour. He takes a deep shot to right field. Not going to get out, but it is going to get Contreras in. The runners will all move up 1. You got a runner on third base. It's a 7-2 game as Wilson Contreras crosses the plate, and Atlanta gains a run, which is what you wanted going in to the 9th inning. That'll bring Freddie Freeman up to the plate. He's 2 for 4 on the night. And if there's someone who can manage the situation and get the guy home from third, it's this man right here, Freddie Freeman, 8 for 23 against the Arizona Diamondbacks this year. You know Atlanta doesn't want this game going into extra innings or even a long ninth, because you've got an early game tomorrow. You want to get this thing over with, get to bed, and get it back out to the park. 3:40 Eastern first pitch. It'll be 12:40 local time. Here's the pitch, and off speed 74, outside part of the plate, called strike 1. We will have the call here for you tomorrow, 3:40 Eastern. So make sure to like and subscribe, and same bat time, same bat channel. Here's the 0-1 count. Freddie Freeman ready for the pitch. Here's the delivery, and he bangs it foul. It's going to be 0-2 with 2 away. Runner on third. Atlanta leads 7-2. Looking around the league, San Fran up 5-1 with the threat going on in the 6th inning. The Dodgers down 10-5 in the bottom of the 8th. So San Fran looks to gain ground on LA. Here's the 0-2 count. As he gets set, here's the delivery, high and outside, ball 1. So we'll go to 1-2 on this. Mariners and A's still trying to fight out to sneak into the playoffs via the wild card. They're playing tonight. Seattle's up 4-1 in the 9th. So it really looks like to be a 3-horse race out east for 2 slots. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Way outside. It's going to be 2-2 to Freddie Freeman. You'd like to see one more run if you're Atlanta, so you could really just kind of cruise, sit Will Smith down. They might set Will Smith down anyways, but if you can get a couple more runs, you don't even have to put him in the game and save him for tomorrow. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Tyler dancing around. I'm surprised he doesn't get called for a balk with some of the movement that he has. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Freddie fouls it off, and we get going back again. He had his plant foot moving around and his back foot planted. And then of course changes the plant and the back foot. I don't know how he gets away with that and it not being called a balk, because it's definitely deception to the runner. Definitely looks like something that down the road he's going to get called for, and he's going to look surprised. Here we go again. He's doing it again, dancing around. Here's the delivery. Freddie Freeman shoots it foul, and we'll do it again, 2-2. I don't remember him doing this to that extent when he was in Washington. Maybe he did, and it just didn't jump out at me. But tonight, it's really standing out. It's a borderline balk. Atlanta leads 7-2, top of the ninth. And Atlanta trying to hold on to this lead and stay 3 games in front of Philadelphia, who did win tonight 4-3. Freddie Freeman gets a hold of one. He hits it high. He hits it deep. He hits it long. It is into the swimming pool. Atlanta 9-2. Freddie Freeman with the 2-run jack. How do you like that? Atlanta 9-2, and the chop is going wild. You see a lot of Braves fans in Phoenix giving the chop. And Freddie Freeman goes yard. It was a changeup that he had been throwing on the outside part of the plate, but this time he kept it on the inside and was right in Freddie's wheelhouse. It's an absolute moonshot. Hits it into the swimming pool area. It looks like it actually got to the pool, kind of banged around and bounced out. An absolute moonshot over the right center field wall, and that brings up Ozzie Albies. It's 0 for 1. 0-1 pitch. Of course, Ozzie Albies 1 for 3. He hit one out from the left-hand side earlier tonight. He's back turned around to the left-hand side. And Braves up 9-2. Here's the 0-1 pitch. 89 miles an hour. And it's 1-1. Ozzie 2-run home run, a sac fly. He's got 3 RBIs. 6 for 21 against Arizona this year. And here's the delivery. Clippard giving up the 2-run shot to Freddie just a moment ago. And he hangs one, but Ozzie mistimes it. It's going to be a weak fly ball to left field. We head to the bottom of the ninth. The Braves looking to put this one away. Atlanta leads at 9-2. You're listening to Braves baseball.
To protect her home and family in a disaster, Karen was willing to wade through water, mud, and insurance paperwork.
Yeah, I can do this.
You go, Karen! By simply understanding and updating what her insurance covers and doesn't cover now, she'll be better prepared no matter when disaster strikes. Learn other simple ways to protect your home and family before a natural disaster at ready.gov. That's ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council. To protect his family from disaster, Steve used his camera phone. Done. By taking pictures of his important documents, Steve can always have them stored online. Learn more simple disaster prep tips at ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Is that Shakespeare?
Nope, it's Geico.
Yeah. That's Shakespeare from one of his unpublished works. Oh, it be not for awakening. Nay, giveth thou the berries. For 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
No, it's from Geico because they help save people money.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but Geico got it from Shakespeare.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
You'll do anything to stay healthy. So isn't it time to think about your water? Aquasana water filters remove contaminants other filters don't, like lead, bacteria, viruses, and pesticides. Up to 99% of 88 contaminants, while leaving vital minerals you need like potassium, calcium, and magnesium. Visit waterfilter.com now and use promo code RADIO to get 50% off. That's waterfilter.com, promo code RADIO for pure, delicious water and the ultimate peace of mind. Aquasana, better water, better you.
We are back here with Braves baseball, and it's going to be Sean Newcomb coming into the game as Will Smith was sat back down. The Braves lead at 9-2 after Freddie Freeman's 2-run jack at the top of the inning, and we're in the 9th inning. Braves up 9-2, bottom of the 9. Dalton Varsho takes ball 1. Hopefully Newcomb can get here in a real quick 3 up and 3 down, and the Braves can get home and get ready for game number 4 tomorrow of this series. It's at 3:40 Eastern. We will have the call here. Tune in live, and same bat time. The bat, or actually same bat channel, the bat time will be 3:40, not 9:40, as is the last game of the series, getaway day. And Newcomb fires in strike. It's now 2-1 on Varsho. Varsho 0 for 3. Fastball fired in, 94 miles an hour, too much for him. And Varsho 2-2 is the count. Sean Newcomb's another guy they'd like to get going before the postseason begins. He looks great sometimes he can't get out of his own way. Of course, Newcomb has had some success in the bullpen. He's also had some really tough outings. Fastball fired off and fouled back. It's 2-2, still the count. No outs, bottom of the 9th. Braves lead at 9-2. Fastball on the outside part of the plate. It's lifted high and into center field. And Heredia, who has came in for defensive replacement purposes, he is under it, and he gets the out. Animated as always. And Heredia, of course, is the one that came up with this sword chop celebration every time that they get on base. You see them do it. You'll see him in the dugout celebrating every time someone does it. Sometimes they get a home run. He's these pink swords that he pulls out and swings back and forth. It's really, Braves have really gotten by. It's replaced the Panda hug after Panda was traded away and then released. Thought Panda might make an appearance in the Braves dugout, but it has not happened. Calhoun digs in. First pitch outside, 1-0 the count. Calhoun 1 for 3 on the night. Newcomb fires in the second pitch and called a strike, 89 miles an hour, inside pitch. A little bit of a slider action. Atlanta leads 9-2, bottom of 9. After Calhoun, you'll have Peralta, another lefty. Here's the pitch, swung on and fouled back. It's 1-2. You've got lefty here. If Newcomb can pitch a clean inning, he will not have to face the right-hander, Christian Walker. Of course, has an RBI from earlier tonight. And here's the pitch, fastball at 97 miles an hour, fouled back. Good looking pitch from Newcomb. If he could replicate that more often, be very difficult to deal with. When Newcomb's at his best, he's throwing that Uncle Charlie in and following it up with 97 on the outside. Very hard to deal with, especially if you're a left-handed hitter. Here's the 1-2 pitch, And the Uncle Charlie, well, it bangs out way outside the zone, and that's where Newcomb normally gets in trouble, keeping the ball in the zone. It's 2-2. Calhoun, 1 for 3 on the night. Doubled to left in the first inning, sending Marte home way back in the first inning, making it 3-1. Looking at the division leaders right now, if it ends all today, Atlanta, Milwaukee, and San Fran are your division winners, with LA and St. Louis in the National League in the wild card game. 94 miles an hour outside, and we got a full count now as Newcomb extending this. The Braves trying to get back to 3 games in front of Philadelphia. Here's the pitch, 3-2. Dragged foul, and we'll do it all again. Curveball on the inside. And Atlanta leading 9-2, bottom of the 9th. Trying to get out of this game and head on to game number 4. 3:40 first pitch. Tune in here tomorrow. We'll have it. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Fastball on the outside part of the plate. It's given a ride deep into left center field. Heredia is underneath it at the warning track. His back is at the wall, and he'll make the catch. And animated as always, he throws it back in. Calhoun's getting a laugh out of whatever Heredia is doing. He is quite the character. Atlanta down to 1 more out to get out of this game, and they will get their magic number down to 9. Who'd have thunk it a couple of months ago, right? I think the national media left us for dead. Here's first pitch inside. Newcomb. 9. Newcomb up, and the Braves up 9-2, bottom of the 9th, 2 outs, 1-0 pitch to Peralta. 0 for 3 on the night. Misses low, and we got a 2-0 count. Just want to get this over, get this game done so Atlanta can go home, get some rest, and get ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow's action as we look ahead. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Outside, now 3-0. Not what you want. You want to get out of this. You want to absolutely get out of this. There's no reason to keep this game going. 3-0 pitch. Fastball, get me over fastball, and it is 3-1, 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. Braves trying to salt this away. Tomorrow it's Madison Bumgarner, Mad Bum, who threw the no-hitter, but yeah, it wasn't a no-hitter, but yeah, everyone thinks it was a no-hitter. Mad Bum will be on the bump against the Braves against Charlie Morton. Should be a good pitching matchup. 3:40 first pitch. And here is the 3-1 offering. It's slapped into left field, and a single. Peralta is on base. One man on, 2 away, down to the final out. And Peralta does not go away quietly. That'll bring Christian Walker up. He had a solo shot earlier in the game. He's 2 for 3. Once a very hot prospect in Major League Baseball, has still found a starting role in Arizona. Still a very young kid. When he first came up, all eyes were on him. Here's a fastball hit into left field, swinging on the first pitch, and Rosario's under it, and that'll end the game. Your Atlanta Braves win 9-2. Our magic number is now down to 9. We'll see you tomorrow, 3:40 first pitch. Charlie Morton versus Madison Bumgarner. Please join us, like and subscribe today, and we'll see you tomorrow. Go Braves. This is Braves Country Baseball.